Well, the weather outside is frightful, but we got Midwest Conference basketball, and oh man, is that delightful. Hello, everybody. I'm Crete Slattery here on the Ripon channel, joined by my partner, as always, Martin Ernser. We got women's basketball to start it off for you this afternoon. The Ripon College Lady Redhawks take on the Fighting Scots of Monmouth College. Martin, how are we doing today?
Hey, we're doing great because I'm done snow blowing for me and 4 other neighbors. So, yeah, we have a bunch of old people, so my wife says I have to help out. So I started snow blowing. It seems like about 1 in the morning, but no, it was more like 9 a.m.
Well, you're getting in good with the HOA.
Yeah, it is. It is. And I got to laugh because you opened up, well, the weather outside is frightful. The funny thing is about that, I was thinking the same thing today when we came on the air. So you should be concerned that you're starting to think like me.
Oh, boy.
Yeah, exactly right. Hey, what we got going on today, it's a team out of Monmouth, and it's interesting because 12 years ago, Monmouth was right at the top along with Cornell in women's basketball Midwest Conference. Well, they're going through some growing pains and some rebuilding, and Ripon, of course, is enjoying that wonderful ride they've been on for a half dozen plus years. And so you'll hear it in our interview with Coach Lauren Buzalaki. Basically, you take care of business, right? You worry about what you can do to make yourself better as a player and as a unit and as a team, and everything else should take care of itself.
And you were talking about that half-dozen-year run of success, and today Ripon goes for a little bit of history. A win today for the Lady Redhawks clinches at least a share of a Midwest Conference championship in the regular season for a record-setting 7th consecutive season. And to say it in one word, it's extraordinary what they've been able to do over these past 7 years.
It is, because when you look at when St. Norbert's was in the Midwest Conference, the legend of I can't think of her name, but she's the one with all the accolades. She's the one with all the numbers, all the amazing wins, all the NCAA postseason appearances and wins for St. Norbert's. Maybe a week from today, when we play Lawrence to conclude our regular season, I'll get some information on that coach, legendary coach from St. Norbert's. But yeah, that's who she is now.
Definitely.
Yes.
And
yep.
You just met with the 5-time Midwest Conference Coach of the Year, Lauren Buzalaki. Let's go to that interview.
Joining me is head coach Lauren Buzalaki, heads up the Lady Redhawks basketball team here on the grounds of Ripon College. So they only have one blemish
what's
in conference
interesting
this
about
year.
that is
they're on a really
2 years
nice
ago
roll.
when Knox beat
they
us
have
here
Monmouth
for the
coming in
postseason
today, the
tournament
Fighting
for the
Scots.
win.
They're on a rebuilding
She was named
plan.
Coach
and
of the
so
Year still.
Can we
not
just
the
take
Knox
care of
coach.
business today,
That
Coach,
tells you.
and just do what you're supposed to do and not worry about the opposition so much, about what they're going to do?
Yeah, that's kind of the game plan for everybody, Marty, is just what are we capable of today? Defensively, can we get a little bit better guarding a three, contesting some more threes, not giving up as many open threes? Can we do a little bit of better job of just playing with our feet, limiting their attempts at the free throw line, and on the offensive end, trying to score early in the clock, getting ahead, sprinting. Can we get tired, just working really, really hard on both ends of the floor today?
I've talked about this before, just watching the game over the decades, the closeout on the three, and how to be under control and break down so they just don't get that easy head-shoulder blow-by, and then next thing you know, you got a ball in the middle of the lane.
Yeah.
Spells bad business for the defense.
Yeah, there's a little bit, we like to run off end of clock or like if we're late, but yeah, it's this time of the year we're trying to just get, if we can get just a fraction, a hair better at something on the defense and offensive end, that's what progress is about.
The impression I get watching this team, and you've had other very good teams, of course. I've talked about the depth, but the energy, I think the defensive relentlessness that I see, and I don't know if that comes with Opelt, if that comes with leadership, who are the captains, or is this such a disciplined, hungry group that you don't have to go to the whip with this group?
Yeah, I think Lainey sets the tone for us defensively. She did last year. She was our defensive player of the year last year, just team award-wise, and she starts it. Carson is a super physical defender. She's unique in that way, a new aspect to our program, to get up and contest as well as just win the foot race to that next pass position. She does a really good job that way. Mick off the bench, Anna off the bench come in with a ton of defensive intensity as well. Nat's a super physical defender. Also, she's taken a great stride this year, just keeping the ball in front of her. Elle, obviously, Hal, contest. So they add a super dynamic aspect just to our defense when they get up and contest shots as well. So this group, they're fueled. They understand we can create some easy points defensively if our effort is there. And so they've done a really good job committing to that game in and game out.
Right. Good luck to you in these last 3 games starting today to run the table. Lawrence is going to come here at the end of that a week from today. Don't want to get ahead of myself, but I'm looking for sort of like the Korean conflict in that game.
Yeah, we got to take it, as you know, time is limited. We got to take it one game at a time and just try to see what we're capable of doing today. And then those days, of course, naturally, will stack on top of each other. But we only have so much time to see how great of a team our 24, 25 team can be, and that's our approach, Marty, moving forward.
I hear you. Hey, best of luck to you today. It's always a pleasure.
Thanks, Marty. Thanks for covering us.
Yep.
We're coming back.
So I want to thank Coach for that interview. She's always so generous of her time to do so. Before we get to player introductions, I'll turn it right back over to my play-by-play guy.
Yeah, both teams coming off seemingly polar opposite matchups in their last contest. Monmouth falling by 32 to Knox, 97-65. And we were on the call for the last game for Ripon, a 23-point victory over Cornell at 77-54. And before we get to the player intros, we got the national anthem brought to you by the loudspeaker system here at the Weisky Gymnasium.
And I got to add, that was a heck of a very good Cornell team that Ripon dismantled. That's at one point they were 6-0 in conference. They're a very young team. Start 3 freshmen and a sophomore. Coach Brassey's Cornell Rams are going to be have to be reckoned with over the next few years.
Again, the loudspeaker system here at Weisky Gymnasium delivering a flawless performance of the Star Spangled Banner.
Yeah,
and now we got starting lineups here, starting with the Monmouth College Fighting Lady Scots. Number 2, the 5'5" guard, the junior out of Gilson, Illinois, Kinley Stearns. Number 4, the 5'8" junior guard out of Abingdon, Illinois, Ashley Jones. Number 22, the 5'6" junior guard out of Moline, Illinois, Avery Rangel. Number 23, the 5'9" senior forward out of New Berlin, Illinois, Delaney Scheidenhelm. And number 25, the 5'9" junior forward out of Mononk, Illinois, Ella Goodrich. They are coached by Michelle DeCoud in her second season and assisted by Jim Cole. They are 2-11 in Midwest Conference play. They find themselves in the basement of the standings. And, of course, for the good girls, Ripon College Lady Redhawks. Number 3, the 5'3" sophomore guard out of Wild Rose, Wisconsin, Lainey Havlovitz. Number 4, the 5'8" freshman guard out of Cottage Grove, Wisconsin, Carson Nelson. Number 11, the 5'8" junior guard out of Madison, Wisconsin, Natalie Rowolf. Number 30, the 5'11" senior forward out of Oostburg, Wisconsin, transferred here from Wisconsin Lutheran College, Ella Tempest. And number 31, the 5'11" freshman guard out of Fredonia, Wisconsin, Hallie Van Horn. Of course, as we've mentioned before, the legendary Lauren Busalaki in her 12th season at the helm of the Ripon College Lady Redhawks.
She's so young looking. I mean, she looks like what, a 10th grader? You think maybe a sophomore in high school? That's a compliment, by the way, Coach.
Marty, I know you had some tales of the tape to go off of before this game started. Let's see if you can give us a few of them.
Well, now you're putting me on the spot. But let's talk about teams where they are in the standings right now in the conference as you're doing those introductions for Ripon. Ripon is in first place at 12-1. Lawrence at 11-3. They'll be coming into the house a week from Saturday. Grinnell is at 10-4. Cornell College and Knox are in a dogfight for that fourth and final spot at 8-5. And those two are going to meet up a week from today. My hunch is that the winner of that will determine who gets in and who goes home and thinks about their golf. Right? So as the game goes on, too, we're going to talk about other matchups, what's going on around the conference. And, this game is you look at a game like this matchup like Ripon, take care of business, right? You don't fear any, but you certainly respect all your competition, and you just work on, like Coach said in the interview, we're going to work on better closeouts. We're going to work on can we do a better job on the perimeter, defending the three, things like that.
We're just moments away here from opening tip. The Monmouth College Lady Fighting Scots in white with red lettering and red trim, and the Ripon College Lady Redhawks in the, as Marty and I were discussing before the game, they are jade. The color is jade uniforms with red trim and red lettering to honor the late Julie Johnson.
Right. The second coach. There's only been 3 head coaches in this program.
In 50 years.
Elaine Cole from 1970s when I was a student here started it up right around 1976 or so, 75, 76. Monmouth, not only is at Ripon today, Illinois College is at Lake Forest. Beloit visits Knox. Cornell at Lawrence. Look for a big game. That's the game of the day. And Grinnell is off today.
And we are underway here. Opening tip won by Tempest, and she goes up and in off the glass right off the shoot. So Ella Tempest cracks the scoring early on, and the Redhawks take a 2-0 lead.
Boy, was that a definitive charge. Move. What a move that was. She just attacked the glass. It's Tempest.
Jones with it now, the leading scorer for the Scots, averaging 14 a game here for the young team.
The hallmark of Ripon, they're going to call the reach.
On Van Horn, the freshman.
Yeah. What Ripon's becoming known for, it's their defense without question.
Yeah.
When you look at, they're holding opponents to just barely 50 points per game. Ripon averages 68 points a game.
That's Rangel with the ball in the paint. Kicks it out to Stearns, looking for an open shot. Dumps it down low to Scheidenhelm, and she goes in off the top of the glass.
Great job by the point guard for Monmouth, reading the double and finding her teammate on the baseline.
Van Horn dumps it down into Tempest. She goes up in, misses, grabs her own offensive board, back up. Another, she had the offensive board again, but she lost control. Scheidenhelm bringing it up for the Scots. Over to Scheidenhelm. That's Stearns with it now over on the left wing. She goes up with the floater and is wide.
Yeah. She got
Laney having a deep pass, and Hallie Van Horn went up for it. She lost control. And a good defensive play by Laney Havlovitz to stop the breakaway from Goodrich. Now Rowolf bringing it back up for the Redhawks. Fast-paced early on here in this ball game.
Yeah, it is.
Rowolf over to Nelson down low.
Of course, Ripon playing their man.
Down low to Tempest. Havlovitz is going to take a 3 from the top of the key. Misses. Hallie Van Horn is going to get tied up. Jump ball. possession arrow is going to go to the Fighting Scots.
I got to get used to seeing this home team wearing this jade.
Yeah. It's not often you see a visiting team come in and wear white.
Well, yeah, and they're wearing the color. They're wearing, red and white, which is Ripon.
Yeah.
And it's, okay.
Havlevitz guarding Ashley Jones. Lainey Havlevitz has earned the total trust of head coach Lauren Busalaki in her sophomore season.
Yeah,
she started the majority of the games last year as a freshman and has really performed above anybody's expectations. Little bit of chaos down there as the Scots force yet another turnover from the Redhawks.
Nice
now Jones
take.
Driving baseline, kicks
Good.
it out. That's Goodrich from beyond the arc.
Oh, that's
air
too bad.
balls.
Beautiful pass on the dribble drive baseline. Hit her teammate for a wide open three right in the hands.
Ashley Jones, as I mentioned earlier, averaging 14.5 a game with 6 rebounds for the Scots. That'll be Rangel to inbound, and a turnover is forced, and now Rawolf bringing it back the other way.
3-on-1.
Down to Havlevitz, shot fake, goes up, misses the layup, and another tie-up, and possession arrow is going to stay with the Redhawks.
Havlevitz did everything right with a pump fake, got the defender in the air, just didn't deliver on the shot.
It'll be Carson Nelson to inbound, the sophomore.
Freshman,
my bad.
It's all right.
Inbounds it to Rawolf. Ooh.
That's a tough call.
Offensive foul called on Natalie Rawolf.
The only reason why I say that, there was no extension. We had the great view of it. There was no extension of the right arm or the drop of the right shoulder.
It also didn't seem like her feet were set either.
No. And they don't always have to be set if you're on that plane. But, yeah, short answer, she didn't beat her to the spot.
No.
Call was made. You respect it, and we move on.
Yep. Still 2-2 here. 7.5 minutes left to play in the first quarter.
My hunch is it was such an impact that's just the way the ref chose to call it. Still just 2-2 early on here.
Yep. Vanessa Solano heads over to the scorer's table. She'll be checked in at the next dead ball. A deep threat off the bench for Coach Busalaki. Oh, ripped away by Nelson, and a quick jump ball call will keep the ball with the Scots. Nelson tore it out of her hands and was on her way down the court. And Solano will come in here, and she will replace Havlevitz. Solano, number 12, 1,000-point scorer during her high school career.
Yeah.
Knocked away by Tempest. She wanted it to go the other way, but the Scots will keep the ball down low and inbound just from a different area. That's Rangel to inbound.
Good denial.
Gets it into Jones, guarded by Nelson.
Beautiful
Step through,
move.
blocked by Nelson.
Great step through, but better block by Nelson, as she said.
Almost lost control of it. Rawolf with it in the corner, gets it back to Nelson. Tempest with it now. Van Horn gets it right back in, but she gave it right to Scheidenhelm.
She began her entry pass, and Scheidenhelm read it beautifully.
Like a book.
Yeah.
Ashley Jones guarded by Rawolf. Now to Tempest, who's guarding. That's Scheidenhelm at the top of the key. Number 15, Allie Hoy checked in for the Scots now.
Good D.
Blocked by Solano down low. Scheidenhelm was backing her down. She went up for the shot.
Yeah,
Solano got a piece of it.
She's got that sarcastic smile on her face like, are you kidding me?
And Scheidenhelm is much taller than Solano as well.
That's why I think she's saying, are you kidding me?
Anna Farney checked into the game for the Redhawks.
Anna Farney.
Stearns back into the game, as well as his Brooklyn Sellers for the Scots. Knocked away by Tempest off the inbound again.
Farney earned her way on with defense. I've talked about this all season. Well, she's also 42% three-point shooter.
Madison Finch also into the game for the Scots as well, number 10. Allie Hoy's going to take a deep three as the shot clock expired, and nothing but air.
Now we know why she took that quick, deep
I wasn't
three.
even paying attention to the shot clock. I was like, are you kidding me?
It's okay. We're a small market. You can make those types of admissions. Nelson with the ball on top.
Gets it to Tempest on the elbow.
Good
it's a ball screen from Nelson.
Excellent.
Now she's going downhill. Goes up with the left hand and in. So for the first time since about 6 seconds into this ball game, the Redhawks score again, and both times it's been Ella Tempest.
You can't make a better ball screen than what I just saw.
Oh, yeah, Carson Nelson at the elbow.
I am a real stickler for ball screens, and I don't see
Stearns
a lot of good
goes up
ones.
and hammers one off the backboard. Deep outlet pass from Raul to Solano, goes up and misses the layup.
She had to go. She was all full bore.
She was also contested by Ashley Jones, who was right back on
her hip. Yeah.
Now Tempest guarding the Scots leading scorer, who throws one up and in off the glass.
Tough take right into the face of the defender. Nice left-hand finish to tie the game again. Monmouth playing steady basketball here early on in the first quarter.
And right now, at this point so far, almost halfway through the first quarter, it seems like Ripon has almost played down to the level of Monmouth.
No, it's too early for that. There's just a lot of energy, I think, by both teams early on in games like this. Monmouth isn't making any mistakes. The only mistake is they've allowed themselves to get tied up a couple times.
5 seconds left on the shot clock. Tempest goes up and misses the layup.
One and done. Good job by Monmouth.
Now Anna Farney guarding, that's Hoy. Jones with the ball now at the top of the key. Guarded by Tempest, goes downhill, and is stuffed by Tempest. And a travel was called on Jones before the shot. Ella Tempest rejected the shot attempt.
Interesting call. She must have taken some baby steps to gather herself when she went up on the shot and then was fed the leather.
Havlovitz back into the game as Rob Wolf will take a breather for the first time today.
By the way, that outlet pass to Solano.
Solano's going to take the 3 ball. Nylon! Vanessa Solano from downtown for the first time today from the Lady Redhawks.
She had that game where she hit 4 of them a couple games ago. She's starting to heat up at the right time for this ball club.
Right before the playoffs.
Yep.
2 more games for the Redhawks following today. They go to Lake Forest, and then they finish out the season a week from today here in the Weisky Gymnasium against Lawrence. As a tie-up occurs down low, ball will be going the other way to the Redhawks, as Mackenzie Bester will check in for the first time today, and Carson Nelson will take a rest.
That's the best Lawrence team, by the way. I went to that game at Lawrence, and it's the best Lawrence team I've ever seen since I've been doing this. And they faltered. They only had 1 loss at the time, as did Ripon, and it was anybody's game until 90 seconds remaining in the game, and it was solidified to win with free throws at the line by Havlovitz. So I'm looking for a great game.
Tempest enters it down low to Havlovitz, and she is fouled, and she'll go to the line to shoot 2.
Good job to split the double team and put the pressure on the defense and make those refs blow the whistle. Good job by the point guard. And Havlovitz finished up the game at the end up at Lawrence and Alexander Gym with free throws. They won by a couple of possessions. So I'm looking for a real spirited, to say the least, game here a week from today. Lawrence, like I said earlier, Lawrence is in second place. They faltered after they got beat to Ripon to a lesser team, and that extra game in the loss column really hurts them, I think, to challenge Ripon.
Havlovitz goes 1 of 2 from the line, and now it's 8-4 with 3:50 left in the first quarter. Stearns with the ball here. Ashley Jones now taking a breather for the Scots, so they have their leading scorer on the bench right now.
Great defense, ball hawking by Havlovitz.
Knocked away.
Almost a steal.
Lost control of the dribble, did Sellers.
Nice. Great job. Farney left her person. That is such a cardinal sin. When you dribble with your back to the rim, you never see the double team coming. And that's what better example than Farney doing just that and falling off the ball and getting the theft. Good job.
Havlovitz bringing the ball up. 2 guard setup now for the Redhawks with Bester and Havlovitz up in the backcourt. Bester got her pass deflected, but it still ended up in Tempest's hands.
Still has a dribble if she wants it.
Solano from downtown again.
Good.
Ooh, it rimmed out.
Yeah, it did.
Stolen away by Bester, and she lays it in up off the glass. Great defense turning into quick offense on the hands of Mackenzie Bester.
Got to sleep at the wheel. Bester, what a crafty defensive move that was. Forces Monmouth to take a 30-second timeout. Told you what else was going on around the conference at the beginning of the game. The matchup today is Cornell at Lawrence University. Cornell, it's a must-win and against a tough opponent in their house, so it's going to be difficult. But Cornell needs to win that if they want to hang and get into that 4th spot. They were in that 4th spot until Ripon beat them the other night, earlier this week, here at at Weisky Gymnasium. So that's the matchup today. Like you said earlier, Ripon's going to travel on Wednesday to Lake Forest, and they should be able to take care of business, and then they'll come home for what should be a very exciting game for us to finish up our regular season broadcasting with the Lawrence Vikings.
It'll be the last time you hear me on the broadcast this year as baseball season starts soon.
Yep, you're paid the big money for that, not to sit here with me.
Well, technically I'm not paid for it. I am paid the money for this. Technically.
That's right.
Stolen away by Bester, and Solano ends up with it. Bree Miller into the game as well for the Redhawks. Solano, wild no-look pass goes out of bounds. She was looking for Farney.
Yeah, Farney's spotting up for a 3, and she's feeding the corner. So that's a zig and a zag. Understandable what happened there.
Said earlier, number 23, Bree Miller out of Fond du Lac into the game, transferred from Dubuque University.
Yeah, out of high school in Fond du Lac. Bree Miller, what she brings to the table to me on the offensive side of things is quite impressive. I don't care if it's a deep 3, a layup, or a mid-range pull-up jumper. She gets in there very calm, plays calm, shoots a good shot, and will go into any situation and shoot like it's like there's nothing on the line. It's just. I've been watching this for the last couple of years.
Foul down low called on Anna Farney as she was guarding the posted-up Scheidenhelm. Bree Miller is what you would refer to as a 3-level scorer. She can score from beyond the arc.
And yet she brings size to the post and soft hands on her jump shot.
Solano almost intercepted that pass. Entered down low to Scheidenhelm, and Bester got caught with her arm hooked in Scheidenhelm's elbow.
Bester was going for her 3-peat in steals and got caught that time with her hand in the cookie jar. My shout-out to our contemporaries. I watched the Beloit game last week, and we'll talk later about it. Nice inbounds play.
And good contest by Bree Miller up there on the layup.
It was a good inbounds play. She was just short on that left-handed shot.
Bester's pass is deflected away, but Bree Miller ends up with it. Bester at the top of the key, directing traffic.
23.
Now Havovitz with it.
That's kind of interesting, too. 23 guarding 23.
Bester thought about it from the corner. Now she's going to go in. Gets it knocked away from her. 5 seconds left on the shot clock. Bester with it on the ground. Got to get rid of it. And gives it to Monmouth.
That was a lot of action right there.
Yeah, a lot of action for nothing, really. Stearns bringing it up. Hoy with it now, driving left. Now turns and drives right. Kicks to the corner.
Monmouth playing, they got athletes. They're playing really good, making like that dribble drive right there.
Yeah.
I just don't think they have enough scorers.
8 seconds left on the shot clock. Hoy with it. Gives it to Jones. This is going to be the one they want to take the shot here. She was double teamed. 2-1.
Wide
Gets
open.
The shot off and rims out. Havovitz with the rebound.
Yep, comes flying in, the shortest player on the court.
Just over a minute left in the first quarter. Oh, what a move by Lainey Havovitz to the rim.
Highlight right there. That's a highlight.
Little shot fake and had 3 Monmouth players jumping all around her.
Fake crossover, then split the double on the help.
And that's just her kind of move that she's made all year so far.
Wow. I don't know if I've seen quite that effective. That was something. I want to see that again.
Ashley Jones hits it down low to Goodrich. Goes up. Misses it. And Bester with a muscle rebound. Gives it to Farney.
Good way to describe it. She had Bree Miller.
Kicks it to Havovitz beyond the key or beyond the arc. Nylon. Lainey Havovitz with another bucket. This one from beyond the arc. 20 seconds left in the first quarter. Monmouth's going to look to take the final shot. 15-4 Redhawks.
Ripon defense is really, they've been doing this all year. It's just that Monmouth.
Scheidenhelm down in the post. Kicks it out to the corner. Jones with it.
They're doing anything they can just to get a little separation.
Stearns.
To get a shot.
She needs to get a shot off, and they don't get a shot off in time. Wow, what a defensive effort from the Redhawks there to end the first quarter. So, at the end of the first 10 minutes played, it's Redhawks 15, Scots 4. We'll be back in a minute with the second quarter of basketball.
Julie Johnson and Lauren Usalaki. Elaine was Ripon's first head coach back in 1975, and she's here today coaching from the stands. Elaine, stand up and
So, at the end of the first quarter, Ripon leads by 11, 15-4. And as something that we neglected to mention in our pregame, it's Alumni Day here at Weisky Gymnasium, and they just announced the presence of Elaine Cole, basically the founder of women's collegiate athletics here at Ripon College. And without her, we wouldn't be doing this right now.
There you go. I repped a couple of those games as a student athlete.
Monmouth Ripon calls, right?
Yeah, Monmouth averages 58 points a game. Ripon averages 10 better than that. The opponents average 72 points against Monmouth, and Ripon holds, they're probably right tops in the league. They hold their opponents to just 50 points scoring. Ripon shoots 43% from the floor as a team this year, and they hold their opponents to just 34% from the floor.
Scots start out with the ball here to start the second quarter.
Looks like starters are back in for Ripon.
Yeah.
Small squad also by Monmouth with suiting up 10 players. I think that'll change. I'll be surprised if there's something closer to 15 next year.
And the pass goes out of bounds. There was no one there to catch it.
Yeah, they were both setting a screen on the wing, it looked like, and she was looking for one to step out to receive the ball on that wing.
And it was funny, in the first quarter, you didn't usually see the scoring contributors. You usually see guys or names like Van Horn and Tempest. Speaking of Van Horn from the corner, Nylon! Hallie Van Horn from downtown.
And if you want to look at one aspect of her game this season, and I'm sure she's very capable three-point shooter, that would be the thing. And what does she do? She goes 1 for 1 to start this afternoon on 3
Speak
points.
of the devil, you say you haven't heard their names that much on the scoring side of the game?
Yeah.
And you just talk it into existence.
And just remember, a third into the season, Van Horn didn't even start.
Yeah.
And she came in with marginal minutes, and she's just demonstrated, I'm sure in practice, to the coaching staff, which she's all about.
with it now. Thought about the
Speaking of Van Horn, what a pass.
Nice shovel pass to Tempest. She got it knocked away. Raul thought about the three.
Yeah, she's got as good as move as anybody on triple threat above the three-point line, showing the ball head, shoulder, and then drive.
7 seconds left. Long two is short. Havlovitz saves it. What a play by Lainey Havlovitz. Now to Raul, short. Leaves it short again.
And it'll be
jump ball. And possession's going to stay with the Redhawks.
Real active series right there for Rawolf in particular. Nice save by your point guard for the Redhawks.
Entered into Tempest.
Yeah.
Van Horn with it now. Nelson now. Nelson drives in. Left hand is long off the glass, and Hallie Van Horn called for a foul going for the loose ball.
That's going to be her second. She got called for a reach, if memory serves me, early on in the game. And it is. I think they'll leave her out there. We'll find out.
No subs sliding into the scorer's table yet.
Yeah.
And if you look over at the bench there's Solano getting checked out by Dr. Dennis Manti, the beloved athletic trainer here at Ripon College. Sadly, he's leaving at the beginning of March for greener pastures. Rebound from Van Horn after the missed shot, and now Nelson bringing it down the floor. Goes up hard, in off the glass. Nelson goes coast to coast.
That's the Nelson I've wanted to see. At times, I think she's a bit in a hurry and out of control.
Knocked away again. Nelson with the save. Ooh, they called her out of bounds before she could save it.
Foot must have hit that baseline.
Yep.
Up screen. Didn't
Raul
bite.
guarding the inbounder.
Nice denial. Has to go that safety
throw,
valve.
And Havlovitz, it was in Havlovitz's hands, and it ends up with Scheidenhelm getting a bucket.
A great denial on the inbounds, almost a 5-second goal. Look at this outlet.
Carson Nelson goes up.
She could have finished that.
In a hurry.
Yeah, well, that wasn't her fault. Her body was behind the backboard on that shot. Yeah. Look at that.
Stolen away by Havlovitz. Broke the ankles of Kinley Stearns, and Stearns with a frustration foul.
Yeah, that's a good way to describe it.
She had her touching the hardwood.
That's a good way to describe it. That was frustration foul. We call that hooking in hockey.
Wow. Havlovitz stole it away from her, and then the quick crossover had her touch earth.
Wait till you see that point guard sophomore for Lawrence come in.
Tempest
those
working
two.
down low. Shot off the backboard, misses.
Nice.
Now Stearns bringing it up for the Scots.
Nice board.
She wanted Jones in transition. Now she's going to have to pick it up. Oh, deep three from the Scots. Misses, and it hits the cable out of bounds. So it'll be Red Hawk basketball.
I can't tell you over the years how many times that retraction cable gets hit.
Well, that was a deep three from Scheidenhelm, and it was off one pass.
She was the one with that nice one-and-done ripping down rebound down here at this end.
Mm-hmm.
Inside out.
Nelson kicks it to Havlovitz. Fake the pass, now goes baseline. Tempest is going to take the short jumper.
Nice.
Nylon, Ella Tempest with a nice little jumper from about 15.
I was just going to say, she realized she was about that distance from the free throw line, and she's got a nice touch from 15, 16 feet.
Ella Tempest, the reigning Midwest Conference Player of the Year. Nelson almost intercepted that pass. Now she's guarding Jones.
Nice
Stolen
defense.
away, or knocked away by Havlovitz. Tempest with the save, and now the
they're
Redhawks
running.
have
Look
numbers.
at this pass. Oh.
Van Horn had to go and catch it. Now gives it back to Havlovitz,
Oh!
who lays it in off the glass.
She did the outlet pass, and she's the one that flushed down the main street and finished with the basket. Beautiful basketball.
Van Horn ended up on the floor after a defensive play.
Does Havlovitz lead in rebounding?
Havlovitz goes up with the right hand and one. Lainey Havlovitz is on fire right now.
Yeah, she is. And everything, not just scoring.
And Vanessa Solano will check in for the Redhawks as Havlovitz goes to the line to try and complete the three-point play. Bree Miller also checking in for the Redhawks. For the Scots, Madison Finch comes in and gives Ashley Jones a rest, as does Brooklyn Sellers for Avery Rangel. Havlovitz misses the free throw, but Ella Tempest with the offensive board, and now she's going to go to work. Right hand, misses, but she's fouled, so she'll go to the line to shoot two. 26-6 with 5:51 left in the first half. It's been all Ripon Lady Redhawks so far. Marty, I know you mentioned it a few times a couple of weeks ago, but you always didn't like how Lynn Krause would do his player introduction while they were shooting. It seemed like Tempest was taking her time to let Lynn finish his words there.
Yeah, I think he went in had a pregame chat with the players and say, hey, when the ref gives you the ball, please take your time so I can get your name announced before you release that first shot. That's funny.
Goodrich with the ball on the left wing, guarded closely by Miller. Good ball screen from Sellers. Now a short jumper from Stearns misses. Sellers with the rebound. She's going to step through. Oh, she had an open lane. Now Stearns with a deep three, and she banks it in. Bank is open on Saturday.
Yeah, till 11:30, but longer today. What a good place to be with the weather being what it is today. Good crowd. Like I said, Monmouth, the bus came in early yesterday ahead of the storm. Nice pass. Inside
Pass out to Solano from downtown. Nylon. Vanessa Solano with her second three ball of the game.
Once again, give credit.
Ella
Tempest hits her right in the hands, and that's so important to hit that shooter in rhythm.
Sellers with it at the top of the key. Gives it to Goodrich. Havlovitz, got caught for the reach.
Yeah. And 25, Goodrich did not like it. 30-9.
Anna Farney checking back in for the Redhawks. She'll give Rawolf a break. Rawolf, I don't believe has any points so far. There's Havlovitz on a breakaway again. Left hand misses. Bree Miller offensive board goes up with the left hand, and shooter's touch gets it to roll in. Bree Miller with the nice little lefty hook.
So soft.
23-point lead with 4:26 left to go in the first half.
Going with a 8-person rotation so far here.
Timeout taken by DeCoud over there. That'll be a full timeout, or 30-second timeout for the Fighting Scots of Monmouth. 4:21 left to go in the first half. Redhawks lead 32-9. And a couple of stats for the for the history of Ripon College women's basketball. 10 Midwest Conference regular season championships, 7 Midwest Conference tournament championships, and they are the reigning champs of the Midwest Conference, winning it last year.
Yeah, and they're doing it here. If they hold serve and host again,
yeah,
it is such a difficult place to come in as a visitor and walk away with a big W.
Also, as you said earlier, there have only been 3 coaches, and for a program that has lasted for 50 years to only have 3 names at the head coach is an achievement in itself.
Yeah, the late, great Julie Johnson came out of South Dakota. I don't know if it was South Dakota State.
Stolen
maybe.
away by Solano. She's got numbers, stops, and lays it in off the glass. Vanessa Solano having a heck of a day off the bench.
Great breaks. She had breaks adjusted, evidently. That was good. She had that defender fly right by her.
Oh, Sellers shoved Van Horn's hand away from her.
Yeah.
She doesn't like defense being played on her, apparently.
Yeah. I think she's
short jumper from, that's Goodrich. Good. So the Scots finally break the scoreboard again. Now Havlovich drives in, kicks to the corner. That's Farney driving in, goes up with the right hand and in off the glass. Anna Farney contributing her name to the score sheet.
Great player at a nearby Winneconne High School, a senior. Your maturation and progression here as a Red Hawk has been really fun to watch.
Hoy in.
Oh,
sent back by Hallie Van Horn. And Havlovich with a rebound off a missed shot by Hoy.
Havlovich is going to have 8 or 9 rebounds at half. That's a walk.
Ooh, and a travel on Solano.
Yep.
And we were talking about the coaches earlier.
Yeah.
Coach Busalaki has this job until she doesn't want it anymore, I would have to say.
Yeah, she drives an hour 10 to and from work down in Hartford, not Connecticut, but Hartford, Wisconsin. And she's got 3 little ones at home. So you talk about doing it all and having it all. She's doing it. Her mother is the grandmother that watches those kids as Solano goes hard to the glass.
Have Van Horn comes down with the rebound.
I say Solano. I keep looking at white uniforms.
Carson Nelson goes up with the right hand and in off the glass. The Redhawks are just running the Scots out of Weisky Gymnasium here today.
Well, that's a good way to put it because that's exactly what it is. The transition offense by Ripon has been way too much.
Knocked away by Farney, and she's coming up quick behind. And it's going to result in a turnover from the Redhawks. Gives it to Bester, and a body check by Madison Finch down low on Mackenzie Bester, and she's a little shaken up after that one.
Man.
If this was hockey, that'd be called a good hit.
Yeah, bumper pull.
Sophie Schleve coming in for the Redhawks out of Inigo, the sophomore, number 40. She'll give Bree Miller a break. Entered into Bester. She's going to take a 3-ball.
Looks good.
Nylon! Mackenzie Bester from beyond the arc.
Well, I guess that body shot didn't affect her.
A 30-point lead here with 2:19 left to play in the first half. Goodrich loses control. Nelson ends up with it. Nelson on the breakaway goes up with the right hand and in. Carson Nelson with a couple of breakaway layups here today.
What a stride. What, her long inseam and then with that quick feet, man, does she get separation in a hurry. I wonder what her shuttle run time was in high school.
Probably pretty good.
Yes.
Kicked out to Hoy. Ooh, Schleve almost stole it away.
Yeah, she got the hand on the ball okay, but too much of the upper body there on that.
Matthew Stuzinski helping receive the ball and give it back to the refs down there. Pitcher for the Ripon College Redhawks baseball team.
Maddie Friedel, the sophomore out of McHenry, Illinois, just got in for Ripon.
The Fox Valley Conference, home of Huntley High School, where my dad was a football coach for 30-plus years.
Cool. That's the sport.
Stearns with it at the top of the key, and Coach Busalaki with Friedel and Schleve coming in, already sending in some players that don't really get a lot of playing time.
Oh, how frustrating is that?
Stearns tried to jump stop, and her feet just traveled.
She did everything right, too.
And made the shot as well.
Got the blow by, got the defender up in the air, and then just shuffled the foot when she pulled up.
Nelson with it at the logo. Minute 15 left in the first half. 32-point lead. Pass over to Friedel. Her mid-range is off the mark.
Friedel
and
with
a loose ball foul called on Maddie Friedel.
Yeah. She's going to get more floor time, and I can tell. I think she's one of those players that I haven't seen her play enough. I think she's going to be pretty darn good.
Yeah.
Now, in that baseline shot she just took, she was almost had too much time to line it up. So just, you just want to shoot it and not sort of guide it. And
a lot of players will tell you that they like a guy guarding them. They like a player guarding them before.
Right. The instincts take over. They're going to call a held.
Held ball. And it's going to stay with the Scots. So the Scots get at least one break there.
Fighting Scots
of Monmouth. Just down the road from Knox College, right near Galesburg.
Monmouth, Illinois, Monmouth College.
Yeah. 3 ball taken from Stearns is far, and Hallie Van Horn with a tough rebound. Oh.
Frustration. You saw what I saw.
Carson Nelson from beyond the arc is long. Sophie Schleve with the offensive board.
Maybe some hard feelings here.
Goodrich playing with a little bit of frustration down there, clapping her hands. She might want to look at the scoreboard before she keeps clapping.
I think what's happening, Monmouth is not like this. It's been a long year, and it's a tough environment to come in for anybody to play as we get a whistle.
And there's a foul on Goodrich.
Yeah, like I said, there's a lot of frustration here. We've seen about 3 or 4 times now.
But the problem with that is, if you don't contain that frustration a little bit, someone could get hurt, and that's just not what you want to see. Whether it be for Monmouth or Ripon. And for Ripon right now, any injury is costly, especially to one of their starters as they near the postseason tournament.
I'm going to have to talk to Van Horn.
A ref conversation going on as Hallie Van Horn awaits her free throws.
I got to talk to her and find out what the deal is with those socks. Looks like
she comes up with a new pair every game.
Looks like she's getting ready for Pebble Beach.
Payne
with the Argyles. Yeah, Payne Stewart, the Argyles. That would have been a great match.
The late, great Payne Stewart.
Oh, yeah.
And Van Horn makes her first free throw.
Yep.
Payne Stewart, the PGA champion in 2000. And Van Horn is 2 for 2 from the charity stripe. 45-11, Red Hawk lead. Shot clock and game clock separated by a few tenths of a second. Driving through, and Hoy is rejected by Hallie Van Horn, and it's going to go the other way as the ball went off of Hoy's hands after the block.
I wasn't sure who got that.
Van Horn got the block.
It wasn't Schleve. Okay.
No.
Nice.
Carson Nelson bringing it up. And the Redhawks are just not going to let up here. Schleve goes up, blocked away. Bester with the rebound. Now Nelson drives in. Floater, she leaves short. Van Horn with the offensive board goes in off the glass with the left hand. And the half comes to an end. And it was all Lady Redhawks, a drudging of the Scots here in the first half. And they go into the locker room with a 47-11 lead.
I think a number that we are going to see, other than the obvious, the score, the rebounding differential. Yeah. Ripon averages 43 in a game, only gives up 27. I dare say the way this statistically is going, I think we're going to see a big number here for Ripon.
Oh, yeah.
At the half when we get those stats.
We'll be back with the second half of basketball and the stats from the first half. Don't go anywhere.
Special Olympics is a global organization that provides sports training and competition for individuals with intellectual disabilities. Special Olympics empowers individuals through the joy of sport, fostering confidence, inclusion, and community. Every athlete deserves a chance to shine. Now during halftime, students will come around with donation collection buckets in support of the Wisconsin Special Olympics. Every donation, big or small, makes a huge difference. Let's show our generosity and make a Thank you for your support and enjoy the game.
check out, pay a notice to how many turnovers they had.
Welcome back. We got the second half of basketball coming up here in a few minutes, but first, some tales of the first half. First off, the shooting percentages. We'll see what the teams did. Obviously, you can look at the score and know who did what better than the other. But first quarter, Monmouth shot 15.4% from the field, 2 of 13. Second quarter wasn't much better, 3 of 11, so it was only for 27%. They are 16% from beyond the arc, and they haven't even touched the charity stripe yet. And over on the Redhawks side, 46% in the first half, or first quarter, I should say, and 59% in the second quarter. 54% in total, 62% from beyond the arc with 5 made threes, 2 of which came from Vanessa Solano, and 4 of 7 from the charity stripe. And then we go to the individuals, and Marty, this was not as bad of a difference as we thought it was going to be. Monmouth with 13 total rebounds in the first half, and Ripon with 22. But you watch this game, and it just felt like it was 30-5.
Yeah, definitely. And I think the other stat you're going to see right here is when you look at turnovers in just the first half, 17, which isn't good in a whole game. Monmouth forced into 17 turnovers to Ripon's only 7. And then when you look at steals, only 4 for Monmouth, but once again, 13 steals in just the first half by Ripon. How many between the turnovers and the steals?
It was ridiculous.
Did Ripon turn into points?
A lot.
Yeah.
And you talk about only 4 steals for Monmouth in the entire first quarter, or in the entire first half.
Yeah.
Lainey Havlovitz had 4 on her own in the first half to go along with 10 points. She's the leading scorer. It's not Tempest or Van Horn or even, I would say, sometimes Rauwolf, like you usually see leading the Redhawks at the half.
This Ripon team is built around the centerpiece being their defense. And what they do in the half-court defense to put really pure unmitigated pressure, not only on the ball, but the denial. And then the help and recover is second to none in the conference. And that they take a lot of decent half-court offenses in this conference, and they really put them on their heels with that aggressive, consistent pressure. And that, of course, converts into high percentage offensive points for Ripon at the other end.
And if you go into the locker rooms there at the halftime mark, Coach Busalaki, she's obviously just telling her girls, listen, keep your pedal, keep the feet on the pedal, just keep going, finish this game strong. Obviously, they have a 36-point lead at the half.
Right.
That's going to be a very almost insurmountable deficit for the Fighting Scots to come up with. And if you look at what Michelle DeCoud probably told her team, just play good, strong, hard basketball and finish the game out as best you can.
Well, that's exactly right. You take care of the ball. If I'm the if I'm talking to Mon, hey, listen, that's way too many turnovers. We let them get way too many steals. Just try to be strong with the ball, and then we'll look for our shot.
And so far, our player of the game, Havlovitz, with the ball at the start of the second half, gets it over to Carson Nelson and enters it down low to Tempest. Gives it right back to Nelson. Kicks it to the corner with Van Horn. Back to Nelson. Cross-court pass. There's Havlovitz. Drives in. Shot fake. Step through. Ooh, off the glass. And Ella Tempest with the offensive board and puts it back in. Tempest, who's averaging a double-double on the year.
That possession right there, they had that defense all over the place. Back and forth, inside, outside to side passing by Ripon. And then what offensive rebounding position by Tempest to be right there.
Allie Van Horn knocks it out of the hands of Stearns, but it hit off her before it went out of bounds, so the Redhawks get the ball back. And another turnover by the Fighting Scots.
That's what we're talking about. That's where Monmouth has to improve. You can't be playing basketball on the offensive side of things if you're losing the ball that many times.
Nelson with the ball on the left wing. Tempest, like I said, averaging a double-double on the season with one of her weak. Van Horn had a wide-open pass to the basket.
Yeah.
And Tempest gets rejected by the bottom of the rim. And
That's
a tie-up down low, and it'll go to Monmouth. Tempest with one of her weaker halves on the season with 7 points and 2 rebounds. And it's ridiculous when you say it's one of her weaker halves on the season, and yet she's tied for third on the team in scoring in the game. 49-11 with 8:40 left to go in the third quarter.
Got a men's game right after this one, approximately 25 to 30 minutes. And that's going to be probably a really good challenge for the Ripon College men against first-place Monmouth.
The men fighting for that final spot in the Midwest Conference tournament as Ashley Jones makes the short basket for the Scots' first points here of the second half.
Tough play by Jones to get 2 defenders in the air and to come back and hit the little short jumper.
Van Horn enters it down low to Tempest, and she is fouled. The grabs, I think that's going to go on Kinley Stearns.
To help defense by the point guard, I think, yep.
The biggest lead in the first half was Ripon, 36-point lead to end the half. And the biggest run was a 16-point run for Ripon in the second quarter. It's just been a game that's been owned by the Redhawks so far. Quick little give and go to Van Horn. She goes up and one. Hallie Van Horn got the blocking foul called on Scheidenhelm and finished through contact.
How deflating for Scheidenhelm.
Tried to draw the charge.
She wasn't even trying. That play happened so fast, and Van Horn got there. She's thinking, I thought I had my position, to your point about trying to get the charge, and got an explanation by the official.
Van Horn completes the three-point play.
And
Hallie Van Horn is quickly turning into probably my favorite player to watch on this team.
Well, hey, she shoots 58% from the floor.
Yeah, as a freshman.
We're going to see another freshman on the men's team from Monmouth.
And Van Horn gets called for a little bit of a tick-tack call.
Yeah, it was a little kind of a hook play.
Yeah.
It'll be her third as well. But she averages 9 points, shoots 58% from the floor. So in other words, she doesn't shoot that often. She's a 79% free throw shooter, Van Horn is, on the free throws, 7 rebounds. She's got 25 blocks on the year, too, to go with her 26 steals.
And Van Horn showed all levels of her game so far. She's hit a mid-range. She even hit the 1-3 she's attempted so far as well.
Yeah. No, she's a complete game. Grew up the daughter of a Division I player as her mother and her high school coach, and you can tell she was a gym rat.
Tempest gives it back to Van Horn. Lost control of it for a second. Nelson with it now.
Wow, getting a little lackadaisical.
Little butterfingers going on for the Redhawks. 9 seconds on the shot clock.
Yeah.
Oh, Van Horn, Havlovitz had her on skates. Kicks it to Van Horn. Top of the key. Nylon, she banked it in. Wow, Hallie Van Horn is 2 for 2 from beyond the arc today. She had a little extra oomph on that one. She banked it in. Wow. And Ashley Jones draws the foul. 41-point lead now for the Redhawks after that 3 from Van Horn.
Ashley Jones from Binghamton, Illinois. I like her game.
Yeah.
I like her game. She's calm under fire when she attacks the rim.
Makes her first free throw to cut the lead to 40.
She's very, very good at getting the defender out of position, off balance, and then attacks with her shot. Very good at it.
She's 2 for 2 from the line.
Yeah, they didn't shoot a free throw in the first half.
Carson Nelson with it on the right wing. Van Horn now in the corner. Gets it down low to Nelson.
Pass.
Nice basket cut, and her pass was deflected. Tried to force that one. And Hallie Van Horn coming up to play defense on Jones, who still finishes through the outstretched arms of Van Horn.
Yeah, who with 3 fouls couldn't go for the block.
Well, here's the thing. In a game like this, 3 fouls isn't as bad of a thing with 6.5 left to go in the third quarter as it would be if it was even a 10-point
What you're
game.
talking about is the depth of this ball club.
Yeah.
There isn't a single player, and that includes the player of the year on Ripon, that if she got in foul trouble in the first half, that there's going to be any panic. And I don't mean against Monmouth. I mean against anybody in the conference. That's how deep they go.
Inbounded to Havlovitz, who almost lost it.
Yeah, what's this passing and catching all of a sudden?
Havlovitz goes up with the right hand and in. Lainey Havlovitz with her first 2 points of the second half. She now has 12 on the game.
The defensive rotation got there late, and you saw the result.
And the pass goes right to Tempest.
Yeah.
Another turnover for Monmouth.
Yeah, they thought that.
Kick to Rawolf. Ooh, Van Horn thought about the 3 ball again. Now Nelson with a couple of moves. Van Horn driving baseline, kicks it to Tempest. Cross court, Rowell from beyond the arc. Off to the right, and Hallie Van Horn will get the long offensive board. Down low to Tempest, kicks it back out. Van Horn beyond the arc. Nylon, she's still perfect from beyond the arc. Hallie Van Horn is 3 for 3.
And that's her least effective.
Oh, and she gets called for a 4th foul.
And that's her least effective statistic in terms of her three-point shooting.
Hallie Van Horn has 16 points today.
And that's only because she just doesn't shoot. When you don't take a lot of threes, you don't have a lot to work with statistically, right?
Van Horn will get checked out here. That's her 4th foul as number 22, Presley Buwalda, comes in for the Redhawks out of Randolph.
Well, that's good news for the visitors to get Van Horn out of the game.
16 points, though, and we're not even halfway through the 3rd quarter.
Nice pass. You just
can't get caught.
Yeah.
Just slippery fingers out here for the
bump.
Monmouth Scots.
Another bump.
Buwalda with the shot fake had her jumping. Oh, and she traveled. She had Rawolf wide open in the corner, and she was a little too greedy with that one.
Just got a little out in front of her skis, but you just get in, so there's a lot of nervous energy built up. I believe, is this the young lady from Randolph you were talking about, your older sister?
Her younger sister.
Sister plays for
UW Milwaukee.
Yeah. Thank you.
Vanessa Solano checked back into the game for the Redhawks. She had multiple three-pointers in the first half. And that's exactly what she was brought here by Coach Busalaki to do. She was a 1,000-point scorer in high school, and she's meant to shoot the rock as Ella Tempest intercepts a pass for another steal. Ella Tempest had one. Solano from the corner. Nylon. Multiple players on the Red Hawk roster with three-pointer, with three balls.
Just look at the touches by 3 players in that sequence without a dribble.
And Solano, when she catches it in rhythm from beyond the arc, it's going up. So you just got to find a way as a defense to get her out of rhythm. Make her catch it from a standstill, not catch it right in rhythm so she can raise up to take a shot.
Yeah, and that was transition. That wasn't even, a half-court offense setup. That was just transition that everybody in white uniforms was playing catch-up.
And that's going to be an over and back call.
Yeah.
As the pass from Madison Finch went over half court. Anna Farney checked in, last dead ball, and now Sophie Schleve coming in. An entire lineup of non-starters in besides Havlovitz right now for the Redhawks.
Oh, this rest of this game, we're going to see a lot of bench clearing for the Redhawks. That's where, with Monmouth, with a roster of 10 active players, that becomes problematic just to survive.
Mackenzie Yark checking in for the Scots, as well as Brooklyn Sellers coming back in. Sophie Schleve with it. She's going to take it to the rack. In off the glass. Schleve with a nice layup.
Nice.
Nice shot fake
from
mid-range.
Wisconsin.
Nice shot fake from mid-range. Drove in with the right hand and made the move and got it in off the glass. Oh, nice basket cut from Hoy and a short jumper rims out. Nothing going the way of Monmouth today. Even when they make a nice play like that, nothing goes their way. Havlovitz jump step goes in. Lainey Havlovitz is playing like a woman possessed tonight.
Her younger sister, member of the 1,000-point club, will be coming to Ripon College next year.
Wow.
Callie. Callie is number 6 in the state in scoring with 26 per game.
Wow.
She's number 1 in the state with steals with 9.2 steals per game. And she is 6th in state with assists.
9 steals a game.
9.2 steals a game.
That's ridiculous.
She's coming to Ripon. Yeah, she's a theft. If basketball doesn't work out, she could be a burglar. No, so that's going to be, imagine those two growing up at home playing, who's going to get the last pork chop at the table, and let's go play some one-on-one in the driveway.
Those one-on-one games probably ended about 4-3 because everyone just kept getting their dribbles stripped. Yeah, after about 15 steals for each player, they're like, all right, let's go in. It's dark.
Yeah, so older sister will be a junior next year.
Schleve kicks it out to Buwalda. Now Farney from the top of the key. Misses. Schleve with the offensive board. Goes back up with the right hand and in. Sophie Schleve doing it all on the offensive end.
Soft hands, and she measured it. Well done.
And Brooklyn Sellers down low for Monmouth, not too happy.
Farney leads the team on three-point shooting percentage with 42%. Very good number.
And Lainey Havlovitz with another steal.
Look for that ball.
Buwalda with it now. Oh, and she took a little walk with it.
She did.
If everything continues the way it is, I wouldn't be surprised if Lainey Havlovitz maybe ended up with a double-double on points and steals tonight, and that would be something impressive. Havlovitz still into the ball game as Bester and Molly Johannes, the junior out of El Dorado, Wisconsin, check in. Oh, Farney with the steal.
3-on-2.
Farney drives in, right hand in off the glass, and they just broke the 70-point mark, 71-20.
Farney just muscled that between the two defenders. I don't think we'll see Havlovitz out there a lot in that fourth quarter, is my guess.
Probably not.
Mismatch there.
24 points have been scored by the Redhawks as a team in just the third quarter alone, and we still have 2 minutes and 18 seconds left to play. Farney with it now, drives baseline, gets stopped. Schlevy with it now.
There you go.
Havlovitz with it, kicks it to Bester. Johannes over in the corner.
Good pass there. I like that skip pass.
Havlovitz thought about the three, and now she drives in, spin move, step through, and she's fouled, and she'll go to the line to shoot two.
And when you give a point guard with the dribble drive capability of Havlovitz that much space, it's you're just inviting that assault to the rim with that dribble drive.
Ooh. Her first free throw rims out. Havlovitz with 14 points, and for the amount of steals that she has, the amount of times she reaches in and knocks the ball loose, to only have one foul at this point in the game is extraordinary in and of itself. And she'll finally get a breather as Alexis Joyner, the 5'7" senior out of Milwaukee, Wisconsin, went to Nicolay, checks in.
Nicolay always known, I know many years ago, tennis, getting the state in tennis.
Ooh. Foul called on Schlevy on the shot, so Kinley Stearns will go to the line.
Got a bump there. I enjoy the part of the game where you can watch players come off the bench, get a quality amount of floor time to really see what they bring to the table. I enjoy seeing that.
Yeah.
Some of the players that are going to be playing here the next 2 and 3 years.
Stearns makes her first free throw.
Speaking of which, we're going to see another one enter.
We're going to see Alex Stricker, the 5'10" freshman out of Sheboygan, Wisconsin.
I'm trying to think. I was just going to say, that's the one with the bad knee. She was over at the house having dinner with some of her teammates.
And Alexis Joyner is the only player on the Ripon College roster this year who has not scored a point yet. So
interesting.
Let's see if they try to get her the ball to get her on the points column. Down low, and Bree Miller is fouled.
Yeah. Just got to remember, good defense from behind isn't always about reach and going for that.
Yeah.
Wall up. She's that far from the basket. You're doubling her. Just wall up and make her make a good basket over the top. Stricker with that inbounds. Has to hit that safety valve.
Bree Miller from downtown. Nothing but air.
Minute 29 to the end of the third. It's been all Ripon. It was competitive early on, low scoring, competitive, and then Ripon just pulled away.
Yep.
A little too hard on the bounce pass. It was just too hot of a bounce pass to have to handle.
48-point lead with a minute 13 left to go in the third quarter.
Yeah.
Molly Johannes drives in with the right hand in off the glass. Seems like everyone's getting in on the scoring barrage now.
What I liked about that drive, it was just so matter of fact and calm.
And Johannes is going to get called for the reach.
For that slap at the ball.
No, it's going to go on Mackenzie Bester.
Interesting, because she's the only one I saw like you did. I was thinking the same thing. I didn't.
I saw Johannes reach out and try and smack at the ball.
Yeah, right. Huh. Ripon by
Kinley
50.
Stearns makes her first free throw, cuts the lead to 49.
Stearns is at 5'5", junior point guard.
And she misses her second, and Bree Miller comes down with the rebound.
Gilson, Illinois. I always thought Wisconsin had so many small towns. My goodness. Go to Illinois. Check that out.
A bigger state, you're bound to find some places that are
so much
some
rural.
may call them podunk. Alexis Joyner with it. The only Ripon College Lady Red Hawk with no points on the season. Bree Miller, turnaround jumper, no good. Mackenzie Bester with the offensive board, gives it to Molly Johannes, goes up with the right hand and in. 20 seconds left in the third quarter, and Molly Johannes has her second basket of the game.
Very matter of fact, her approach, the Laconia grad. Speaking of Laconia, her team, her old alma mater, is ranked third in state.
5 seconds left. Kinley Stearns' shot rims out.
Yeah.
Mackenzie Bester with it, bringing it down the floor. Half-court heave is not even close. That would have been just the icing on the cake if she would have made that one.
We got men's action starting up at the conclusion of this game, about 25 minutes following that. It's first place Monmouth men with just 2 losses in conference this season, going up against the host Ripon Redhawks, who came off of a heck of a struggle, a come from behind win it was in a food fight against the Rams of Cornell College out of Mount Vernon, Iowa, earlier in the week. And that was a must-win for Ripon, so they're able to do that. Now they have 3 games remaining. Ripon has to take on first place Monmouth here in a little while. And then on Wednesday, they'll travel down to Lake Forest College, a team that they handled here, beat in double digits, but going into their house, and they got Knight, a heck of a player for them. It should be a competitive game. I'll be watching that on my redhawks.com laptop. And then they'll finish up a week from today. I mentioned it earlier, where both the men and the women will play Lawrence University here on Saturday to end the regular season. Will Ripon win outright the conference championship and host the postseason tournament 2 weeks from today? And or will the men sneak into that 4th spot, much like last year? But unlike last year where they had to get help elsewhere, they can do it here. I believe if they win 2 of their next 3 and go 10-6, I think that's going to be good enough for the Ripon College men to secure that 4th spot.
Solano with it. Natalie Rawolf back into the game, as is Ella Tempest. And
right
she
down
drives
that
in. Oh, and it rims out. Brooklyn Sellers with the rebound.
Good take.
Final 10 minutes of this ball game. It's been all Redhawks all day. Foul called on Presley Buwalda. Ashley Jones with the ball, gets it down low to Sellers, and the pass goes out of bounds.
That's where you got to read that body language. The post player for the Scots was on her heels. She kind of led her slightly to get away from the defender. She couldn't react with her weight being on the back and not on the balls of her feet.
Natalie Rawolf with it in the left corner. Enters it down low to Tempest. Quick pass to Buwalda from downtown. Nylon Presley Buwalda.
And that's the difference. Tempest has done that a few times where she's hitting her teammates for those open threes right in the hands.
Natalie Rawolf, the only member of the starting 5 to not score a point today so far.
Little cat and mouse there.
Tempest goes up with the left hand, has it blocked out of bounds. Sarah Trzynski checking in, number 14, and Maggie Glass, number 13, checking in. Trzynski, a freshman out of Rosholt, and Glaus, a junior out of Elmwood.
Elmwood. Rosholt and Elmwood. Yeah, both of them were over at the house for dinner. Very nice ladies. And they're going to get some decent floor time now with Buwalda and Maddie Friedel for the Redhawks.
Along with Vanessa Solano, the 5 out there for Ripon right now.
I want to see who's going to bring the ball down. Let's see.
A little step through for Ashley Jones.
There it is. Buwalda will be the point.
Trzynski's going to take the three-pointer. Ooh, a little long. And Maggie Glaus was fighting for the offensive board, but it ended up in the hands of Goodrich.
Good job by Ripon getting back on defense, not giving up a cheap one.
They haven't slowed down at all.
Yeah.
And a moving screen on number 34, Ava Borhardt.
Yeah.
Out of Harvard, Illinois. Checked into the game now.
Harvard.
Pack the cat, Harvard, yeah.
Harvard, Illinois.
You're not going to pack the cat there, are you?
Nah. In Chicago, be like, hey, is that your dog? Is that your dog?
A couple of relatives from Boston. Love you, cousin Mike and cousin Sonia.
Boston. So here we go. Down to less than 8 minutes remaining.
Boston, one of my favorite cities I've ever been to.
And Ripon is
number 5, Nadia Hoffa checking in out of Coloma, Wisconsin. Her sister, Sydney, member of the track team who is competing right now, also here at the Willmore Center in the track meet that's going on in the field house. Solano from downtown. Ooh, almost got the shooter's touch. But Maddie Friedel with the offensive board goes up with the righty hook, no good. And Hoffa couldn't run down the rebound.
So what does mom and dad do in that situation? Does one of them stay here in the gym and the other one goes to the field house and they switch?
They start alternating.
Maybe they look at events, when she's doing her events.
Yeah.
You don't have to go too far as we get a reach in by Solano. Good help defense. Making Stearns work.
Step through from Stearns, and she's fouled on the shot. Anna Farney's going to get checked in. Stearns makes her first free throw. 51-point lead with just over 7 minutes remaining.
Solid effort by Ripon today.
Yeah.
They were supposed to take care of business. If you look at the leaderboard, Ripon's supposed to win this. And supposed to and doing it is two different things.
Yeah.
Taking care of business is what you do, and they've done an excellent job of that. Nice little turnaround.
Nadia Hoffa with the jumper.
That Coloma, that's that Ore-Ida potato factory. Watch out for those truck drivers. People always talk about the milk trucks.
Shot goes up from Stearns is no good, and Maggie Glaus comes down with the rebound. There's going to be a tie-up, and it's going to stay with Monmouth.
Good job by Maggie Glaus. That Elmwood High School product we were talking about earlier. Couple of changes here. Ashley Jones played hard. The junior should be back next year with Monmouth. Number 4. Doing an up screen.
Mackenzie Yark with the ball now for Monmouth. Gives it to Stearns.
Switched it. Yeah, Stearns likes the matchup. Up. It's a reach.
Oh.
Got to take your feet with you. Nadia Hoffa.
Well, we mentioned it earlier, and I know it's never over till it's over, but it seems like the Redhawks have, for now, all but clinched at least a share of a record-setting 7th consecutive Midwest Conference regular season title. And for Coach Lauren Busalaki, a crowning achievement here, and she's looking to keep going with this streak. The Redhawks are built to succeed in the years to come.
This team here,
with Havovitz and Van Horn.
This team here is probably the best I've seen in their 12 years in terms of quality and in terms of depth.
That was one heck of a ball screen from Borhardt down low. had Farney basically hit a wall.
That'll go to Ripon. And, you know, I mean, you got a team that won this last year, right?
Yeah.
And so what does she do? She starts 2 freshmen the following year.
Yeah.
I mean, what does that tell you? My goodness.
No one's spot is safe.
Well, no, and that they're just so deep, and the talent that she's attracting gets better and better.
And most college recruits want to go where the winning is. The winning is here in Ripon. If you want to play Midwest Conference basketball.
Yeah. I mean, that's certainly one of the selling points. But if you like the coach and you're a 500 program and you see an opportunity as an underclassman to start, and you believe in what she's building or he is building,
Alexis Joyner heading towards the scorer's table.
An example of that would be Coach Brassey and his 20 years of coaching at Cornell, the women's program. He's starting 3 freshmen, a sophomore, brings 2 freshmen and a sophomore off the bench, and they're a quality team. They very well could get that 4th spot if they have anything to say about it when they play Knox at home a week from today to end the regular season.
Alexis Joyner back into the game. Maddie Friedel, quick jumper off the inbound is no good. Joyner comes up with the rebound. Nadia Hoffa with the short jumper, no good. And the rebound to Goodrich.
Stop ball.
Who's bringing it back down the floor quickly. Quick little no-look pass down low to Yark, who puts it in for a layup and gives the Monmouth crowd something to cheer about late in this ball game.
Good job. Ripon doesn't have a lot of their quick out there right now. That's one advantage on the transition part of the game for Monmouth.
Joyner with it now. Oh.
Got fortunate there.
Trzynski drives baseline, gets stopped, gives it to Friedel. 4 seconds left. 3. Joyner's going to put a shot up. Ooh.
I know you were pulling for her.
I like to see it when an entire roster has at least a point on the season. Just shows that everyone contributed at some point.
Well, but it doesn't have to be a scoring, though, right?
No.
That's the one that goes in the books.
And Joyner's going to get fouled, so she's going to get a chance, I think, to go to the line. Nope, they're not in the bonus yet. Just below 5 minutes here. Johannes and Stricker come back in for the Redhawks. Friedel and Trzynski will take a seat.
I was talking about Ashley Jones. I thought she played a nice game. You know, she averages almost 50% from the floor coming in, 15 points a game, 6 rebounds. She's got 26 blocks and 30 steals on the year for Monmouth. She's a solid player, Ashley Jones. I think she's the junior. Yeah.
Stricker drives baseline. Pass got away from him a little bit.
Yeah.
10 seconds on the shot clock. Hoffa goes up with it, misses.
Nice.
Stricker deflects the rebound.
Kept it alive, yeah.
That was Stricker.
You're going to call a push-off.
That just seemed like a weight room issue to me. Sophie Schleve checking back into the game.
That was Stricker, you're right. I was looking at the way the hair looked in the air.
Yeah.
That is Buwalda, yeah. I should look at the knee brace.
Huh.
Watching Bella Opelt sitting over there next to the coaches. Would have been a 3-year starter for Ripon. Nice challenge.
Foul by Johannes.
Yeah, Johannes is her game, you know, when the opponent is fouled by Johannes, there's no hesitation by the official as to was it a foul or not.
No. Hey, as my dad always said, if you're going to foul someone, make sure they know they got fouled.
Well, yeah, and you don't want it to be a cheap foul either.
No. In other news, you look outside the Willmore Center. It's still snowing outside.
Yep.
I'm gonna hate my walk back to the dorms, and I still got some homework to do tonight too.
It's a whiteout. Well, if you wait a minute, you're going to get a ride. My wife's picking me up. We'll drop you up.
I would be.
Where are you at the quads?
Yeah, I'm in Mapes.
Okay. Fidels.
I'm not a member of that sorority though.
No, but that's Fidels, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Johannes gets grabbed as she goes into the paint.
Yeah, going to let Goodrich know that the refs are saying we're not going to
Goodrich
allow
with
the
her
reaching.
4th foul. And Goodrich in the first half was playing with a lot of frustration.
Well, I mean, a team that averages 58 points and they have 33 with less than 3.5 minutes remaining.
Free throw made
Once
by
again,
Johannes.
Ripon defense. Monmouth, meanwhile,
misses the second. Foul on the floor. I don't know who it's going to go on. Oh, a lane violation, so Johannes will get another shot to make her second free throw. And she converts the opportunity. 50-point lead with 3:26 to play.
Monmouth will finish their last 2 games at home. Cornell comes in this Wednesday as that basket is good. And then they'll finish up their regular season with Grinnell, and that 3-point shooting circus comes into Monmouth a week from today on the 22nd of February. Jump shot.
No good. Rebound to Hoy.
3 minutes, exactly.
Kick out. 3-pointer from Rango is no good. Johannes
board.
at the board.
Yep. She's waiting for teammates. They're all trailing her.
Enters it down low to Schlevy. Gives it right back to Johannes. Goes up with the shot. No good. Rebound to Hoffa. Another miss. Now Schlevy with the board. 18 seconds left on the shot clock. Turnaround. Fouled. And Schlevy will go to the line and shoot 2. And when she grabbed her first offensive rebound, she could have just put it right back up, and she didn't. And the rest of the bench was letting her know about it after she got fouled. She let out a little sheepish grin down there.
My forecasting here, if Ripon can beat a week from today Lawrence, I think they'll take care of business on the road at Lake Forest. If they can beat Lawrence, and that's going to be a tough game for them, I think they'll go 15-1 and finish atop by themselves. I think second place, I'm looking at Lawrence has to play Cornell at home. That's today. Then they get, a week from today, have to come to Ripon. LU can finish 12-4 with just 1 loss between now and the end of the season. And I think that'll tie Grinnell. I think I'm going to say Lawrence and Grinnell will be 12-4 at the end of the year. And then the battle for 4th place between Cornell and Knox. Cornell, that held that spot a week ago, is now in 5th place. Knox is 11-5, I'm thinking, and then Cornell is 10-6. I think if Knox plays Knox basketball, they're going to come from behind and they're going to go into Cornell. And if the winner of that game should be the team. I'm going to give it to Knox.
Buwaldo with it now, kicks it out to Johannes.
That's my prognostication.
There's Joyner.
Nice move.
Ooh. Stricker with it. 7 left on the shot clock.
Push.
Stricker goes up.
I was wondering if they were going to call it. The ref on top here on the wing, it happened right in front of him. He did not blow his whistle from what I could see. It was the baseline ref. So for what that's worth, those are my I'll be interested to look at that a week from today to see how close or how wrong I was.
Alex Stricker misses her first free throw.
So stick around for men's action after this, and by the time I get home, I'll be getting the snowplow out
Misses
again.
the second one. Oh,
What's the call?
That's a quick jump ball call.
That was very quick.
Stricker almost grabbed her own offensive rebound off a missed free throw.
Yeah, that was quick by the way they've allowed that to go today.
50-point game. Redhawks 85, Scots 35.
Yeah, it's been pretty much that 50-point gap for a large portion of the game.
I remember there wasn't a point scored for a while in the first quarter. It was just 4-2. I thought we were going to be in for a bit of a snooze fest, but no, it turned into a bit of a one-sided affair. I think this game most perfectly defines the term one-sided affair.
Good board by Stricker there.
I want Joyner to take a shot here, get a chance. Instead,
Nice.
Maggie Glaus is going to get the chance off a nice dish from Joyner.
She went down that ball side lane line, and Maggie found her.
Allie Hoy with the ball for Monmouth. Pass is going to be dropped down low and stolen by Glaus. Buwalda bringing the ball back up the floor.
Buwalda, her alma mater, nobody's won more state championships, WIA, in boys basketball than Randolph.
And rebound's going to be Monmouth ball.
Yeah. 36 seconds, and this will be in the books. 87-35.
A 52-point drudging of the Monmouth College Lady Fighting Scots by the Ripon College Lady Redhawks.
Yeah, Monmouth just 1-2 this year. I'm sorry. Monmouth is 2-11 in conference, 5-17 coming into today. Nice take.
Blocked
defense
by Truzinski.
Way to measure that up and do it clean. That'll do it.
5 seconds left in the ball game, and Buwalda's just going to dribble it out. Well, with a win here, the Ripon College Lady Redhawks clinch a share of a 7th consecutive Midwest Conference regular season title, a record, a new record. Coach Lauren Busalaki adds yet one more trophy to her mantle, and the Ripon College Lady Redhawks walk out of here at 13-1 in conference play. They have 2 more games left to finish out this season. Hopefully they end up 15-1. And the next time they'll be at home will be a week from today. Me and Marty will be on the call for that one as well. It'll be against the Lawrence University Vikings.
You're going to pose now as the athletic director, has the banner to piggyback on your comment, guaranteed a share of the regular season conference championship.
Yeah.
That they're going to get a picture to that fact.
Well,
right here.
Thank you for joining us as they pose for a championship photo. We'll be back in about a half hour with the men's action as the Ripon College Redhawks take on the Monmouth College Fighting Scots in that ball game. That'll be a good one. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back in a half hour. It'll be for Crete Slattery and Martin Ernser. Thank you for listening to Ripon College Basketball.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I was, played Cornell when you were here. They're really young, too. They started 3 freshmen. Yeah. I think they had 6 of them. They're all like 5'10".
will be closing at halftime of the men's game. So if you need to continue to get your hits in, please do so before halftime of the men's game.
got game 2 here. Breaking news, it's still snowing outside, but we hope it's raining Ripon College buckets here in a few minutes. We got the Ripon College Redhawks against the Monmouth College Fighting Scots, who are leading the Midwest Conference with an 11-2 record. The Ripon College men, 8-5, fighting for that crucial 4th spot in the postseason tournament. I'm Crete Slattery, joined as always by my partner Martin Ernser. Martin, how are we doing?
Hey, we're doing good. We just got treated to a Ripon College. You could probably use it as a instruction video.
Yeah.
Of intensity, defensive effort, and how to finish on the offensive side of things. Ripon having their way with last place Monmouth in game 1. And Ripon just came out and played Ripon ball, and that's all they had to do today, and one going away in huge double-digit fashion. But now it's the men's turn. First place Monmouth, by the way, with a record of 11-2 is in town, the men we're talking about. Ripon is at 8-5 in that 4th spot, one game ahead of Cornell, the team they just put away in a fascinating come-from-behind win earlier in the week.
Yeah.
In second place is Grinnell at 10-4, Illinois College at 9-5, last year's champion. So Ripon has to take on first place Monmouth here this afternoon, head down to play a very challenging game. I look for a really good game down in Wednesday at Lake Forest, and then come home and finish up against the Vikings of Lawrence University a week from today on the 22nd of February to finish their season. The question is, can they go to 10-6, sitting at 8-5 right now? Can they go to 10-6, win 2 of their next 3, and is that going to be good enough if they can do that to secure Coach Finko's 2 for 2 getting into the postseason conference tournament as a head coach in his second year? Speaking
of Coach Finko, unfortunately, we were not able to get an interview with you and him before the game today. But we also have some stats here. It's Alumni Day. We have some stats here.
Yep.
Coach Finko looking to add to the Ripon College record of most wins in Midwest Conference history as a program, 1,339. The regular season championships, 15 of them in their history. That's not going to happen this year, but we believe that one of them at least is in the future for head coach Kenny Finko in his second season here. And they also, in between games, they also announced the latest member of Ripon College's 1,000-point club, Luke Meinholz, a 4-year starter and star player here for the Redhawks.
Yeah, and that to go along with his 6,000 steals.
Yeah.
Well, maybe not quite.
He holds both the career and single-season record. I've been lucky enough to be on the call for when he broke the single-season record, as well as being on the call when he did score his 1,000th point in that electric 17-point victory over Grinnell earlier in the season that really showed what Ripon's capable of.
Yep. The Marquette High School grad, native of Oconomowoc, Wisconsin.
Averaging 16 points a game this year.
One of the questions I was going to ask head coach Finko was the status on our good friend Michael Osman, the freshman out of Kimberly High School, who's missed the last few games with concussion protocol.
I believe.
And he's out there. I see him. He's got his face mask. He's ready to rock and roll.
A la Rip Wallace.
So, that's an important thing. An interesting guy, statistically from the 3-point line, he shoots 41%.
And for a big man, that's something.
And he's 1,000%. He's 6 for 6 from the free throw line this year too. Just as a little sort of interest there.
We got starting lineups. We don't have an anthem. That was saved for the first game of this doubleheader. We got starting lineups here. Yeah. First for the Monmouth College Fighting Scots, 17-5 overall and 11-2 in Midwest Conference play. Head coach Todd Scribseth in his 14th season has led this team on a good run so far this year. Starting off, number 3, the 6'3 freshman out of Arlington, Texas, Cam Thomas. Number 13, the 6'2 junior out of Carpentersville, Illinois, out of Dundee Crown High School, Jason Huber. Number 15, the 6-foot junior out of Moline, Illinois, Kyle Taylor. Number 22, the 6'5 senior out of Monmouth, Illinois, the hometown kid, Declan Flynn.
He's good.
And number 24, the 6'6 freshman who is in contention to possibly even win Player of the Year in the conference, Zay Brown out of Peoria.
Yeah, I agree. He's well on his way, that young man. He shoots 53% from the floor. He's averaging 17 points. He's got 29 blocks on the year.
Yeah.
He also gives you at least 9 rebounds a game as well. Just a puppy, just a freshman.
And for the Ripon College Redhawks, number 12, the 6'7 junior out of New Orleans, Louisiana. They call him Slim, Colby Williams. Number 22, the 5'10 senior out of Chicago, Illinois, Dom Galati, who hit the shot that kept the season alive against Cornell. Game-tying 3 with 5 seconds remaining. Cade Tackmeyer, number 23, the 6'4 senior out of Peshtigo, Wisconsin. Number 32, the 6'6 senior out of Athens, Wisconsin, Cam Ford. And number 34, the aforementioned Luke Meinholtz, the 6'4 senior out of Oconomowoc, Wisconsin. Those are the starting 5 Coach Finko has on the floor, and starting 5 for Monmouth. It's going to be a good matchup.
Yeah, so what Coach is doing, he's had to readjust his starting 5. Given the size, the length of the Monmouth squad, he's got to go with one extra big. Brown, one less guard. C.J. Brown will not get the start, and he's got to go with both Cam Ford and Colby Williams to help that front line challenge, because it is going to be a challenge. There's a reason why they only have 2 losses in conference this year, the Fighting Scots of Monmouth.
Yeah.
And so that's the difference. I'm a big fan of Cameron Ford, by the way.
Yeah.
Doesn't give you a lot of points, but if you look at everything else, his defense, his rebounding, it's all big for Ripon, and they're going to need it today. I'm interested to see who Luke Meinholtz, he's 6'4". Are they going to put him on Zay Brown? That's what I'm wondering.
And a little bit of a recap of what these two teams are coming into today off of. For Monmouth, they're coming in on I believe this is a 7-game win streak. Their last victory, an 11-point victory over Knox in their home gym. They are also part of this win streak is a 9-point victory in overtime at Lake Forest. And for the Redhawks, they come in here on a 3-game winning streak, and off the heels of their most electric victory of the year, a 55-50 win in overtime here at the Weiske Gymnasium against Cornell, where Dom Galati hit a 3 to tie the game with 5 seconds left in regulation.
Right.
The first time Ripon had even tied the game the whole time through.
Right, didn't have a lead, their first lead of the game towards the end. And for those viewers that are wondering, what are these players doing as they get introduced? They come way over to the other side of the bleachers just below us. There is a part of the bleacher that its color is different from the rest of the bleachers, and that's where the late, great Doc Weiske, who the gymnasium is named after, he was had the scoring record back from the 1950s for years and years, and 1,000-point scorer. He was the coach, a very prolific coach, and then a board of trustees as well. He was Mr. Basketball at Ripon for decades, and now you know why. So we're just moments away from center jump. They're going to have the freshman from Peoria, Illinois, Zay Brown, will do this center jump against Colby Williams.
Big Slim from the Big Easy,
Ripon,
New Orleans.
Ripon played them tough in their house a while back. In fact, lost in overtime down at Monmouth. That'll go to Monmouth.
Zay Brown wins the opening tip, and we are underway here at the Weiske. Second game of the day. It's still snowing outside, but we got men's basketball for you. Once again, I'm Crete Slattery, my partner Martin Ernser, here on the Ripon channel. Zay Brown with the ball down low, and he is fouled quickly by Williams.
Got there late, and that's why he bumped him. That's the thing to keep tabs on. Any of the bigs for Ripon get in early foul trouble.
That's not a good sign.
And you'll see Osman probably give in, the freshman from Kimberly.
He'll probably be the first guy off the bench for Coach Finko.
For bigs, not guards, yeah. Nice
driving
finish
to the rim. That's Kyle Taylor for the first 2 points of the game. Go to the Scots.
That was easy.
Yeah. He's just an explosive. He's got explosive movement off the dribble. Dom Galati with it. He hit the shot that kept the season alive against Cornell.
Got to set the ball screen higher than what I just saw for Galati.
Tackmeyer with it now. He's perfect hedge of the screen by Monmouth. Tackmeyer turnaround. His shot is blocked, but Colby Williams comes up with the offensive rebound. Colby Williams is going to have to turn around, and he is blocked by Zay Brown. Wow. Zay Brown showing off the athleticism.
Well, you better just do a head shoulder fake and then take your shot.
Three-pointer from Brown hits nothing but air. Tackmeyer bringing it back down the floor for the Redhawks.
You got to pass the ball here. I don't think the dribble drive for Ripon, except for this guy.
Meinholz with it.
Step back.
Deep to Nylon. Luke Meinholz ties the game back up with his first 2 points of the game.
Ripon's got to show up on the defensive end.
It's all defense for the Redhawks. Oh! Taylor had Huber on a basket cut, and Jason Huber had no idea the pass was coming to him. The ball just bounced right by him.
Monmouth averages 77 points a game. Ripon 68.
It's all
just
defense.
Give you an idea there.
As it is with most games, defense is going to win this one for the Redhawks. Tackmeyer with it at the top of the key, back to Meinholz. Gets a ball screen from Ford.
Good ball
Cross-court
screen.
pass to Galati. Down low to Williams, guarded by Brown.
Oh, he lost.
Oh, and he took out the ball. He took out the wall from behind him. Brown with the cross-court pass over to Thomas, guarded by Tackmeyer. That's Huber with it, gives it to Brown. He thought about the three and then didn't. Now he's going to take the long two. Misses long.
Well,
and a deflection out to Brown.
Meinholz knocked it away from, looked like Tackmeyer was going to come down with it.
Cam Thomas is fouled on the drive, and that's Colby Williams' second.
2 bad fouls.
And C.J. Brown quickly off the bench and into the ball game.
Now they got to go smaller at the guard, with the guard coming in for the big.
And that is exactly what Coach Finko did not want to see off the bat. Less than 3 minutes into this ball game, and already his 6'7" big has 2 fouls. Cam Thomas's first free throw misses off the back iron.
C.J. Brown has to play big here.
He's got
to play good defense here.
He brings strength. He doesn't bring height to the table when you're talking about physical gifts. C.J. Brown is a physical ball player. 13 guarding 13. That's Huber on Brown, who drives baseline. Galati from the corner. Nylon! Dom Galati from downtown. The assist from C.J. Brown.
That's a very important indicator. If you look at some of the games where Galati gets hot from three-point range in games, Monmouth was the game at Monmouth, and that's what kept him in the game down there. Good sign for the Redhawks. Galati burying the first 3.
Zay Brown guarded by Meinholz, loses control of the ball, and it's going to be off Ripon, so Monmouth retains possession.
There are certain players, I've seen it at Ripon High School and other colleges, that to bring attention that they feel they were called. You'll see the body language. Well,
Zay Brown seems to be one of those players so far.
One of those players. Ref didn't buy that one.
Inbound down low. Cam Ford with a great shot contest on Declan Flynn down low.
Yeah, I'm big fan of Cam Ford.
Galati with it now, being hounded by Flynn. That's
there you
Taylor.
go.
Meinholz, turnaround jumper. Oh, misses to the left.
Kay
Tackmeyer in with the offensive board. Floater goes up. No good. Tip in by Cam Ford, the F-150 as he's called. Cam Ford with his first 2 buckets of the game. Great tip in off the offensive board from Ford.
Ripping off to a good start on both ends.
Brown guarded by Meinholz down low, backing him down, turns around, jumper, no good. Wow. Huber gets it stripped away by Tackmeyer. Galati on the ground for it.
Good call. Tackmeyer, good job of nonchalant. On the knockaway, avoiding the whistle.
And Tackmeyer plays nonchalantly sometimes.
Yeah. Good
Galati
observation.
Thought about the deep 3, thought better of it.
There you go.
Great basket cut by Cam Ford. Goes up in off the glass. What a play by Cam Ford.
I'll tell you, he needs more floor time. He deserves more floor time.
Michael Asman checking into the scorer's table with the mask on. Just like the Dark Knight Rises, nobody cared who he was till he put on the mask.
Michael Osman going to come in now. We have not seen him in a few games.
That's a foul on Tackmeyer, and he'll give Meinholz a
And one of the nice things about his game is for a big that he can step it out and shoot the bill from downtown. Now, what's going to be interesting is I've had 2 of my 3 kids have to wear masks in basketball, and one of them, it was a problematic in terms of depth perception.
Yeah.
And others, it doesn't even bother them. So I'm going to be interested to see if that has any effect on his game. Nice roll.
Kicks it down to Brown with the reverse layup.
Well, the whole key to that play was Brown rolling along the baseline with a penetration dribble and then got it dropped off to him. Nice.
Now Tackmeyer.
2-man basketball.
Down low to Ford. Wow, 2 great basket cuts early on by Cam Ford.
Declan Flynn got caught ball watching, had no idea where Mr. Ford was, and he made him pay.
Huber kicks it out to Thomas with a deep 3. That's just good. Deep 3 from Cam Thomas.
Yep, it
out
was.
Of Arlington, Texas. Dom Galati is going to take the mid-range. Nylon.
Like I
Smooth
said,
little jumper from Galati.
He's one of those players. You hit that first big one, and then you just feel really comfortable on your shot. Box
Deep
out.
3 from Taylor is good.
All of a sudden, back-to-back threes has shot them back into this game, Monmouth. Oh, fake crossover.
Oh, Tackmeyer drops down to Ford. Oh, fouled on the shot. Cam Ford got rejected by the rim, and he got bailed out with the foul call.
Yeah, and Flynn is ticked off that was called. I'll tell you, the give and go, or I should say the pick and roll, has been just outstanding here.
Cam Ford's been the benefactor of it, already 6 points.
Well,
and he's not a guy you see with a total like that early on.
And the key is you're the guy that's setting the ball screen, and oftentimes you're the guy who ends up getting the ball at the rim.
Cam Ford makes his first free throw as Seth Bunders is checked in for the first time, and he'll give Galati a break.
Nice start by the kid from St. Patrick's in Chicago, Galati, the 5th-year senior.
5 points early on.
Bunders, very, very animated, very quick, very athletic.
He brings energy on the floor.
Yeah, that's the best descriptive for it, as that free throw is made good. Ripon by 4 with 6 minutes almost gone by in the first half.
Max Mehring into the game now.
Osman almost with
knocked away by Osman, and he throws it out of bounds.
What happened when Osman knocked it away and almost had the steal? His counterpart was being anticipated. He's going to break hard to the baseline, and he didn't. And they let him, just like a quarterback, overthrowing a receiver.
2 new men into the game for the Monmouth College Scots. Max Mehring, number 40, and Gannon Greenman, number 10.
Don't sit on the ball.
Tackmeyer with it over there. Gets a ball screen from Osman.
You got to move the ball.
Gives it to Ford. Now to Tackmeyer. Thought about the 3. Now he's going to give it to Osman. Deep 3. Short. Cam Ford with the offensive rebound. Gives it to Osman. Goes to the basket. And rolls it in off the glass. Michael Osman. And with his first 2 points off the bench.
He shot that with his back almost to the rim.
Out of Kimberly, Wisconsin, the paper maker.
Yeah.
Getting it done early. Kick to the corner. That's Greenman. Rims out, and Cam Ford with another rebound.
Great job
Holy
of bodying out his counterpart on the weak side for that rebound. Cameron Ford with a great start.
Bunders with it now. Gets a ball screen from Ford. Now Brown over to Osman, guarded by Brown. Tackmeyer thought about the 3, gives it back to Osman.
Well, he couldn't because
7 seconds on the shot clock. Knocked away. Osman's got to put one up, and he just gives it away. And now he's got to hustle back on defense. Brown with it goes up and lays it in. The finger roll from Zay Brown.
He never got the handle. I just don't like it with my guy dribbling the ball that close to the basket with your back to the rim.
I agree. Tackmeyer drives in.
Yeah, before the shot.
Foul on the floor. That's going to go against number 15, Kyle Taylor.
Cameron Thomas, he's 6'3", the guy from Arlington, Texas you mentioned earlier. But if you look at his legs, you look at his arms, he is playing bigger. He's probably more like 6'5" at least, with sleeve length, and he's got cat-like quick feet.
Meinholz back into the game, as well as Jake Thompson, the sophomore out of Waukesha. The Dirty Shaw. C.J. Brown driving to the rim, and one! Wow! He cradled it with his left hand in midair and rolled it in off the glass.
After Williams got his 2 fouls and he came in, you used the word strength. And what better example of fighting through that contact on the release, using the window nicely. C.J. Brown could give Ripon a 7-point lead, but we're going to get a timeout
taken by Scribseth.
Yeah.
What a start early on for the Ripon College Redhawks.
Elsewhere around the conference in men's action, Illinois College is at Lake Forest. Could be an interesting matchup. Beloit at Knox in the battle of the bottom. And then Cornell at Lawrence. Cornell on paper should win that, but when you go into that small Alexander Gymnasium, Lawrence oftentimes comes away with upsets. So we'll have to find out later tonight what's going to happen there. So I would say the big matchup, other than Ripon taking on first place Monmouth, is definitely Cornell at Lawrence, I think. All right, now you know what? Illinois College at Lake Forest. Lake Forest, like a lot of teams, play a little stronger at home. This start, unlike the Cornell start, if the game we did, the score probably would have been 7-4.
Yeah. C.J. Brown here to try and complete the three-point play.
Had a chance to talk to Coach Finko the other day, Wednesday, for
and he
lunch.
Completes it.
He did, 7-point lead. And he said, you know what, I'd never been involved or have seen a game like that before in my life. And the important thing was they won it. That's all that matters.
Mehring with the ball.
Post up.
Enters down low to Brown, who finishes through 3 men.
Great recognition on they switched the screens, and therefore you had a mismatch, and they played the high-low game and got it down to the big guy. And
he wanted a shooting foul on that one,
but
you know what?
There was no.
Oh, Meinholz loses control, saves it, gives it to Ford.
Nice
Bunders,
save.
Corner, that's Thompson. Nylon! Jake Thompson!
Coming off the bench like that is huge. Sophomore, like you said, out of Waukesha West High School.
And look at Bunders.
Oh, yeah.
Just a little energy guy.
Being that pesk.
Zay Brown with it, gives it to Greenman.
Ripon extends
Stolen
that
away
lead.
by Meinholz. He's got numbers. Throw it down.
Oh, he lost the ball on the way up.
I don't think he was able to decide whether he wanted to dunk it or lay it up.
I think you're exactly right. That's exactly what happened.
And now
because
Greenman finishes the layup on the other side.
He had Zay Brown on his hip, and he's going, I can't let him block this.
You just got to go up for a dunk at that point. It's your safest option.
Well, yeah, you tell
Now Meinholz is going to take the three. And he ended up on the ground, no call, and he missed the three.
Yeah, he was trying to draw a foul on Brown.
Bunders got beat down the court. Now
Turnover.
Meinholz is going to slow it down in transition.
Bunders? He didn't even look at the rim. Okay.
Yeah. He had
Here we go.
He had the 6'7" Mehring in front of him. He's not shooting over him. Now he's going to drive baseline. Throws a pass out there, and Thompson can't save it.
Nah. Can't do it. Just can't do it.
Williams and Takmeyer entering back into the game for the Redhawks as Meinholz is going to take another break.
Man, Cam Brown, what a start.
Cam Ford.
Who did I say?
Cam Brown.
Cam Brown.
Combine two names there.
He's a recruit coming in next year. Yeah, he's a hybrid. Here we go, 23-17. Oh, I'm just so happy for
C.J. Brown guarding Cam Thomas.
Cameron Ford, what an effort.
Colby Williams down low on Mehring.
Double.
Knocked away by Takmeyer. It's going to stay with Monmouth, but a good double by Takmeyer.
I'm going to put out a Grassi brochure. What happens when you dribble with your back to the rim, you can't see what's going on, and you get doubled and you lose the ball? Frequently.
Cam Thomas with the ball. Kicks it out to the corner. That's Taylor. Misses. Offensive board by Mehring, and it's knocked away by C.J. Brown.
And he did a good job of reestablishing himself in bounds before he touched that
Takmeyer,
ball.
deep
Long
three.
Nope.
Misses.
Nope.
Rebound to Monmouth. Now Taylor bringing it back in transition.
He was able to step into that shot. He got what he wanted.
Kicks it to the corner. Greenman thought
Nice
about the three, but a great closeout by Bunders.
closeout.
Now Thomas is going to.
Block! Bunders!
No, they call a foul.
It was a block with the foul.
Wow.
Because it was a great rejection.
And Cam Thomas coming back out, like motioning with his hand to the student section, saying he got me on the hand. That was Jake Thompson who came back and got the block.
You don't
no, they're calling the foul on Bunders.
You don't. Yeah, right. You don't think that Cameron Thomas is not going to agree with the refs?
Well, no.
Yeah. So their dribble drive kick to the corner for the open three has been what they do. Talking with Coach during the middle of the week about this matchup is Monmouth doesn't do anything really real flashy, but they're very deliberate. They're very
he makes his second free throw.
Monmouth is they don't make a lot of turnovers. They're very strong with the ball, and they're just deliberate at what they do.
Galati back into the game now for the Redhawks. He's got 5 points. 23-19, Redhawks lead, 9:30 left to play in the first half. Tackmeyer at the top of the key now. Gives it to Colby Williams, who drives. Colby Williams is going to go up. Can't finish. Grabs his own offensive miss.
Don't bring it down to your waist. That's the problem.
Jump ball, and it's going to go to Monmouth.
Great effort at getting the rebound, but then you keep the ball chin up.
Yep.
He brings it down to gather himself, and that's just a fundamental flaw that's got to be worked on.
And look at this. Back in is Cam Ford, the F-150.
Why not?
He's got 8 points on the game so far.
And that's
countless rebounds.
That's icing on the cake.
Yeah.
He's not out there for that. So when you get that offensive production on those pick and rolls, that really makes it special.
Full student section. They've braved the elements outside here to come to the Weisky Gymnasium to watch the Ripon College Redhawks.
Well, I guess I should have brought my cribbage board during this break. Well, everyone's getting a free timeout.
I don't know what they're talking about.
Well, because the thing is, they didn't go to the scorer's table right away. They just did that.
They were talking about
setting
the shot
clock. Yep. And we'll get Meinholz back in.
Jake Thompson will take a breather.
Nice job by him. Coming in, drops
big
the
three
pill.
off the bench.
Drops the pill from downtown.
Tackmeyer gives it to Ford, who gives it right back to Tackmeyer.
Is that pick and roll?
Step back.
Nope. Blocked.
Wow. Oh, and Dom
Steal.
Galati just took it right back. Now Tackmeyer.
He walked. What? What do we got? They're going to take issue with the shot clock again.
And Tackmeyer was stepping right into a three, and the whistle stopped him. And he's telling the ref.
Back at 28. So they had it at 28. Now they've reset it at 18. Here we go.
So they just took 10 seconds away from Ripon's offense.
It's the right way. I mean, it's the right call. Never touched
Exactly
anything.
9 minutes left in the first half. Ripon with a 4-point lead, 23-19 over Monmouth.
Well, let's see what they're going to do. Maybe they're not sure. Now they talk it over at having a conference call. No. And they're going to leave it as is.
Yep, 18 seconds left on the shot clock. Meinholz to inbound.
2 on the block, 2 on the elbow. Meinholz on the inbounds.
Gives it to Tackmeyer. Baseline jumper.
Whoa,
Ooh, the shooter's
backspin.
touch.
Backspin off
Tackmeyer.
the glass.
That's his shot.
So it's Osman, Tackmeyer, Galati, Meinholz, and Ford for Ripon.
Yep. Cam Thomas with it, guarded by Tackmeyer. That's Kyle Taylor. Pass over to the corner. Foul and one. That's Brennan McNally.
Defense got there late. Foul on Osman.
McNally, the 6'4 senior out of Paw Paw, Illinois.
Monmouth does a great job on their half-court offense. I really like it. Because of the strength of their guard play, they draw. They draw and kick it to the open guy. That's as simple as it gets. And they got good shooting on that perimeter.
McNally converts the three-point play.
To make you pay the price.
Yeah.
That's how they're hanging around to make it a one-possession game with 8.5 left in the first half.
Meinholz with it at the top of the key. Galati,
Got to look. That's on Galati, and the fact that before you pass it, you got to see it with your eyes. You're the point guard.
Osman is going to take a break as C.J. Brown comes back into the game.
Well, Osman, he looked okay. I'm going to go down to the baseline and get some movement, and that's when Galati passed the ball.
Kyle Taylor with it now. Guarded by C.J. Brown. That's McNally down low. And that's not McNally.
No,
that's Declan Flynn. My apologies.
Yeah, he's a nice player. Very good footwork right there.
Takmeyer gives it to Meinholz. C.J. Brown with it now, trying to make some offense happen. Gives it to Galati.
Extending that defense, challenging the passing lanes, Monmouth.
Takmeyer with it now.
Below
Wants
10,
a ball screen.
below 10
Galati
seconds.
from downtown. No good. Offensive rebound around three people and a foul on Cam Ford.
Why would you wait that long on Ford? No. It's got to be on 33.
Against Ford.
It's got to be.
It is 33.
I just can't believe they took that long to blow the whistle from the time that he grabbed that rebound.
Trying to give it into Ford. They can't, and instead Meinholz just throws it out of bounds.
Are you serious?
They tried.
You know what?
Their number one setup out of bounds.
Listen, if my 3 or 4 man who you normally use for inbounding is not that a particularly good passer and not a good strong ball handler, I'm not using them to inbound. I'm going to use a guard to inbound. And if you have to reverse the ball, you have a 1 and a 2 guard that are your best ball handlers to do that. And it's just. Now you look at the excuse me pass out of bounds we just had a moment ago, and now we have the same kind of inbounds mistake that went out of bounds. Those are 2 possessions in the last 30 seconds that Ripon has lost to score. And meanwhile, they go down the other end, and one of them was already converted. We're going to find out here what happens on this turnover mistake by Ripon.
And you look at it now, it's a 1-point game with the Redhawks clinging to a lead.
So turnovers hurt you if you don't, because you're never going to score that way.
Yeah.
But if the other team doesn't capitalize on those mistakes you're making, then the damage is it's less. Ripon off to a hot start. Now they're kind of getting a few crinkles in their iron there with some mistakes here. But like I said, you look at how they do their offense. Monmouth is easy. Dribble, drive, draw the double, and kick it
out
to the open man. It's already setting up business in the corner or on the wing for a good look on a 3.
Zay Brown back into the game for the Scots. They've held him relatively quiet so far, only 6 points.
Early.
Yeah. McNally with it, guarded by Takmeyer. There's Brown, guarded by Meinholz.
So far, Meinholz doing a good job on his defense.
Pass down low, and C.J. Brown meets him right there. McNally is rejected by the side of the backboard.
Nice job of getting the ball out.
Galati with it up there at the top of the key.
He's going to call the offensive set.
Cam Ford with it, gives it to Takmeyer. And
There's
a foul.
Easy call.
Declan Flynn came out to try and hedge the screen, and Takmeyer ran right into him.
Yeah, the expression on his face is like, you got to be kidding me. What do you want?
I think he was more just mad at himself.
Oh, okay. Fair enough.
Max Mehring into the game again for the Scots.
I'm so used to seeing players over the decades recently of complaining about foul calls all the time. Here's a guy that has not got on track yet. Bunders.
Meinholz with it. Turn around.
Looks good.
Ooh, missed
just
off the
a
front
little.
iron. Needs just a bit more oomph on it. Takmeyer guarding Zay Brown. Bunders with great defense on McNally. Now Mehring trying to back down Ford. Turnaround jumper, no good. Bunders with the rebound.
Excellent defense by Ford. Got a hand in his face and then boxed out for the board.
Gives it to Cam Ford, who gives it to Takmeyer. Takmeyer trying to create space. Step back, mid-range. Misses. Rebound to Taylor.
First opportunity to take a lead here by Monmouth that they can deliver.
McNally with it, guarded by Tackmeyer. Now over to Brown, who's got Meinholz on him. Not letting him go anywhere. Tries to go left. He's stopped. Ooh, and a little bit of a shove. And Cam Ford's going to be called for the reach after McNally got away with a little bit of an elbow shove on Tackmeyer. And Dom Galati's going to check back into this ball game for Luke Meinholz. I'm wondering if there's something wrong with Meinholz physically, because he's been called to sub out more times than we're used to seeing. He's already gone to take a seat about 4 times here in this first half alone. We're not used to him taking a seat 4 times in a game.
Mm-hmm. Good defense.
They wanted the travel. Now the shot goes out and rims out. That was Jason Huber on the 3 ball. Bunders is going to get grabbed. Oh.
Well, here's the deal. Bunders is out sprinting Cameron Thomas down the court, and Bunders has got his speed dribble going.
Yeah.
And he can't. He's blowing by the defender without the ball and got called for the reach because he was getting beat about as they were getting to that free throw line.
Now Galati with it.
That is impressive by Bunders to have that kind of quick. Get that hand check off my hip.
5 minutes, 10 seconds left on the clock in the first half. Jake Thompson back into the game for the Redhawks. Tackmeyer to the corner. Bunders mid-range. Nylon! Wow, Seth Bunders with the quick release from 15.
Just a beautiful job of creating off the dribble for himself. Puts Ripon back up by a possession.
Now Bunders guarding Cam Thomas. I almost said Cam Brown again. They want to travel. He's not going to get it. That's Taylor from downtown. Nylon, and this game is tied.
Yep, they shoot the pill very well from 3-point range.
The man who started out hot but hasn't gotten many offensive looks lately is Cam Ford. 8 points early on in the game, and Cam Thomas just poked Seth Bunders in the face and got called for it.
Both teams shoot the 3 pretty close to identical here. They both shoot about, they shoot 30% Monmouth as a team on the 3 ball, and they'll give you about 6 per game. Ripon shoots 31%, slightly better shooting percentage, and 6.5 threes per game. Interestingly enough, both teams give up 7.5 threes to their opponents. So their opponents shoot a little bit better in terms of number of threes, but not percentage by their opponents. Both teams. Interesting. Ripon averages about 3 steals more per contest, and assists are the same.
Seth Bunders makes his free throws, and the Redhawks once again have a 2-point lead with 4:17 left in the first half.
Both teams shoot about 70% from the line collectively.
Greenman with the ball now. Gives it over.
Cross-court
pass. That's Taylor.
Yeah.
And the Scots have a lead.
And then he turned and said something to the bench.
Matt Murphy over there on the bench wondering why he turned to him. Meinholz drives, mid-range, misses.
Faded out of that shot almost with a steal off of Brown.
Yeah. Now Zay Brown, quick pass down low to Mehring. Lowers the shoulder, creates space against Cam Ford and lays it in. 3-point lead now for the Scots. Oh, how quickly can the game turn on them.
Now you got to move the ball here.
Bunders with a wild pass to Meinholz.
Good read. He understood what was going on. But I really want to see ball reversal in this man.
Bunders, look at him get through. Oh, baby, what a move by Seth Bunders.
That's a burn. That was a major burn there. What an explosive first step. What a twitch by Bunders.
Kyle Taylor kicks it out to Huber. Gets it down into Brown. Guarded by Meinholz.
You don't think Meinholz is quick?
This is a hell of a matchup. Oh, and a blocking foul called. There should have been a travel.
No. I don't understand. I don't understand this on the floor at all. He buckled. I thought he slipped.
Yeah.
I thought Meinholz did a wonderful job of walling up.
He did.
Giving room, giving space. I don't like the call, and I don't see why he was on the ground, quite frankly. The only contact was between him and the floor.
He's holding his face, so I'm wondering if Meinholz maybe hit him or if he landed on his face when he hit the ground.
No, I think he got a break with that whistle.
Yeah. But Zay Brown will go to the line to shoot 2.
It's a 1-point game.
That's Meinholz's first foul.
Out of Peoria, Illinois, Brown.
Yep.
I don't know. If you're that hurt, should go out of the game. It's amazing how soccer players roll on the ground with their knees like they're never going to walk again and need surgery, and then they're off.
Sprinting 2 minutes later.
And other sports, unfortunately, like basketball, have taken suit.
And Zay Brown makes his first free throw.
And I don't think it's necessarily good for the game. But he very well could be. He's going to be freshman of the year or new player of the year. And really good shot, pardon the pun, at player of the year for sure. Which I doubt has happened too many times in Midwest Conference action.
Dom Galati bringing it up, gives to Cam Ford.
Down 3.
Tackmeyer thought about the 3. Now Bunders with it, drives baseline. Going to take a short jumper, no good.
That's Ripon.
And a rebound is going to be deflected off of Monmouth out of bounds.
That was a good job. I'm not sure if that was Cameron Ford that did that, to kept it alive, aggravated it enough to get the Monmouth player to tip it out. Now we'll get C.J. Brown.
C.J. Brown re-entering the game as Seth Bunders goes to take a seat.
Yeah, it's been a good overall collective effort by Ripon here in the first half with 2.5 minutes remaining.
Tackmeyer inbounds it to Brown.
Yeah. How many times do you see him having to hit the safety valve on top?
Yeah.
Says something about the active defense.
Jake Thompson from downtown misses. That's Thompson. My apologies. Zay Brown with it, guarded by Tackmeyer now. That Meinholz is on the bench. Pass down low to Mehring. He lost control of it in the air, but it still stays with Monmouth.
Deep 3.
Kyle Taylor misses, and it's going to be out of bounds going the other way.
They got what they wanted. Got what they wanted. That was pretty deep by Kyle Taylor on that 3, but he's been hitting 2 or 3 already in the first half from that, usually in that corner in front of the Ripon bench. 2 minutes remaining. Ripon with a chance to get within 1 or tie.
Meinholz with it, gives it to Brown. Mid-range.
That was
misses.
Tough.
Cam Ford with the offensive board and put back again.
Yeah. So he's got
10
double
points
digits.
for Cam Ford.
Yep.
And it's a 1-point Monmouth lead.
An errant shot, and look who was in the right spot.
Yep.
That's why he's so important on the boards.
In street ball lingo, that was a pass.
He's to me, as far as I'm concerned, been watching this for a while. He deserves more minutes on the floor. He doesn't turn the ball over. That's the big thing. And his defense and rebounding speaks to itself. And like I said, you get 10 points in the first half from Cameron Ford. He's got great IQ basketball.
And look at Cam Ford coming up on Huber. And now Zay Brown is going to beat a man off the dribble and Euro step his way to 2 points.
Yeah, because we left our feet on the closeout, and you saw what happened as a result. Good ball screen there by Ford.
Tackmeyer with it, gives it to Galati, back to Tackmeyer. Oh.
He takes a while to process if he's going to shoot that 3.
He goes up with 1, misses, and he gets fouled.
Line.
He does. 55 seconds left in the first half. Monmouth leads 36-33.
What would be so important, not only winning that game against Cornell to put themselves ahead out of the 5th spot into the 4th spot earlier in the week, but to upset the number 1 team in the conference would take so much pressure off your ball club with 2 games remaining, 1 on the road and 1 at home. You win one of those 2 in the high probability, because Cornell, who they're in the dogfight with, has to play the same Monmouth team coming up next.
Tackmeyer made his first free throw and makes his second. So it's a 1-point game once again.
Less than a minute.
And Dom Galati picking up Kyle Taylor before he even gets to half court.
This is a very well-coached ball club.
Yeah.
Monmouth.
Galati on Taylor, not letting him breathe, and Meinholz swats the pass away. He's trying to enter it down low to Brown.
I was talking earlier when he was on that same move. He is so quick. He can challenge the entry pass like he just did and then still get back and recover and be between the basket and his man.
And Galati tips that one out of the hands of Taylor. He's asking for a foul. There wasn't one.
No, he's just showing up. You're trying to save the embarrassment of having the ball tipped away. That's what this is. This is all gamesmanship.
Now Brown, quick pass down low to Huber. Wow, after a little bit of...
Way to turn garbage.
A little bit of fumbling, he somehow ends up with it.
Well, the pass was too low on the bounce pass. Turned disaster into good fortune there with a 3-point lead and 15 seconds left till half.
No shot clock for the rest of the half. 11 seconds remaining. Meinholz with it in the corner, guarded by Brown.
Ball screen. Ooh, what a ball screen.
C.J. Brown drives. Step back, down low to Ford, and the layup again. Cam Ford with 12 points in the first half.
What a find by C.J. Brown. What a find.
Beautiful pass. So, we'll be right back in about 15 minutes with the stats from the first half and the second half of this great matchup between Ripon and Monmouth. As we go into the locker room, Scots 38, Redhawks 37. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back.
Anyway, the 94-95 Redhawks team won the Midwest Conference North Division with an 11-3 league record, and they were the only team in the North Division to have a winning record in conference play. Ripon had an overall record of 19-6 that season and received an at-large bid to the NCAA tournament. Juniors Chris Brayman and Craig Smith were first-team All-Midwest Conference North Division performers, while juniors Todd Fortune and Eric Van Dyken were second-team honorees. Ripon was the best three-point shooting team in the conference at 39%. The team finished with the second best field goal percentage in the league at 48%, and the second best scoring defense, giving up 65 points per game. So fans, give them one more round of applause for the members of 94-95 men's basketball NCAA tournament team. money for the Wisconsin Special Olympics. Special Olympics is a global organization that provides sports training and competition for individuals with intellectual disabilities. Special Olympics empowers individuals through the joy of sports, fostering confidence, inclusion, and community. At this halftime, students will be around with donation luncheon buckets in support of the Wisconsin Special Olympics. Every donation makes a huge difference. So show your generosity and make a positive impact for all athletes. And thank you. One of the new fans, now that Ripon has returned to the court, we want to recognize that Luke Leinholtz in the first half secured the single-season steals record for the Redhawks.
Welcome back. We got the second half of basketball coming up here in just a few minutes, but first, some stats from the first. First off, Ripon College, 37 points in the first half. They trail by 1 to Monmouth, 38-37. But the surprise star of this game so far for the Ripon Redhawks has been Cam Ford, a man usually known for his defensive prowess and basically role-playing ability, leads the Redhawks by a sizable amount with 12 points and 6 boards in the first half. And he was the catalyst for the spark that has kept the Redhawks with the number 1 team in the conference the whole game through. As a team, Ripon shooting 45% from the field and 100% from the line.
Monmouth with that 2-point lead. They're shooting 58% from the floor and 14 of 24. A very hefty 4 of 9 from beyond the 3-point line of 44%. And just missed one free throw, shooting 86%. Leading the way is Zay Brown, the new sensation out of Peoria, Illinois, the freshman. 4 of 7 from the floor, 2 of 2 from the free throw line. He's also got 2 rebounds to go with those 10 points. Cameron Thomas, the kid out of Arlington, Texas, 6 points on 1 for 1 and 3 for 4 from the free throw line. Kyle Taylor, he's 3 of 5 on threes, 4 of 6 from the floor, and he's got those 11 points. Also, it's pretty good. Both teams doing a really good job of ball maintenance, taking care of the ball, being strong with it, not throwing it around too much. Turnovers, 4 on Monmouth, and a very respectable 5 turnovers in the first half by Ripon. Assist, 8 for Monmouth, 7 go to the Redhawks. Second chance points. Ripon has done a great job of that, making 8 of them to just 1 for the visitors. And then from the bench, scoring from the bench, 14 for the Redhawks, and the Fighting Scots with half that many, 7. So some really favorable statistics for the Redhawks. They're shooting 45% from the floor and 2 for 7 on that 29% from beyond the three-point line. And they haven't missed a free throw either, going 7 for 7. If I'm Monmouth, I just keep doing more of the same. They're spacing, they're passing, their dribble drive, everything is sound. They don't turn the ball over. They will triple D you to death, it looks like. Dribble, drive, dish, and then they got some really good shooters on the perimeter, especially when they're open. And for Ripon, it's kind of the same kind of thing. The help and recover defense by Ripon has been impressive when you're dealing with a guy like Zay Brown. So you made the comment earlier. So far they've held Zay Brown to 10 points. I say so far. 8 of those from the floor. That's pretty good. He's pretty much on his average of 17 per contest. They're doing a good job of keeping him away from the backboard and rebounding. Only with two rebounds, he averages almost 10 a game. So,
the message from Coach Finko in the locker room has to be keep playing your game. They've been playing Ripon Redhawk basketball, and it's kept them in this game with Monmouth.
Well, and the guys coming in, too. The guys that are coming in off the bench have been what we expect and what the coaching staff expects in a big game. So I'll tell you, if the second half can be as entertaining as the first, we're going to be in for a really good final as the seconds count down here in this game. Like I said, it would be a huge win for Ripon, just positioning itself, trying to get into the top 4.
It would also put them at over 500 for the season overall.
The other game to watch, keep your eyes on today, is both Cornell has to keep pace with Ripon for that 4th spot because they got to play Monmouth yet. They're on the road at Lawrence. That's going to be a tough matchup. And then Illinois College. We haven't talked about them much, but Illinois College is in a situation where they're 9-5. They're same amount of losses as Ripon in the loss column, just one more win. They played another game. So Illinois College has to hold serve their next few games as well.
We're underway
tightening
here.
Up and getting fun. Yeah.
We're underway here in the second half. Monmouth with the ball to start.
Ripon comes out, first time of the afternoon, in a 3-2 zone.
And you have to think that is
you're just trying to
with Colby Williams.
You're just trying to help. You're trying to get the other team to have to react to you.
Yeah.
And so it's been all man. Ripon's doing a good job.
Kyle Taylor from downtown misses his 3, and Cade Tackmeyer with a good board.
Good job by Tackmeyer, keeping that guy at bay that was right on his hip, going for that rebound.
Now Galati with it up at the top, gives it to Colby Williams.
He's got to be strong with the ball here, Williams.
Tackmeyer with it now, gives it to Meinholz.
Both teams.
Back to Tackmeyer.
Only 9 turnovers between the two teams in the first half.
Meinholz from the elbow. Nylon. Quick little jumper from Luke Meinholz, and the Redhawks jump in front here to start the first half, or second half.
That's Luke's M.O. I mean, he's always been that pull-up quick. If he doesn't go all the way to the rim, he's got that knack for a short pull-up jumper.
Colby Williams on Zay Brown.
Don't reach.
That was the matchup that got Williams in foul trouble.
Tough move.
The reason that he didn't play much in the second or in the
look what I found.
Yeah.
Just a very fortuitous
rebound went right
off the rim all by himself.
Declan Flynn. Colby Williams with it now, gives it to Tackmeyer. Down low to Williams. Steps through, left hand in off the glass. Colby Williams. Flex on him, Slim.
That was big, especially for him going to his left.
That's a confidence bucket.
Knocked
Stolen away by Ford.
Picked up by Galati. Here we go.
Now Meinholz with it.
That last basket by Slim Williams made it a 1-point Ripon lead. Now, speaking of which, he's got it again.
Now Williams going up. There's a little push there. And
what a
Ford
drop
with the
pass.
rebound, with the reverse.
Oh, what a drop bounce pass. Good job by Cameron Ford to make himself available along that baseline.
Shot goes up from Flynn, and Ford with another board.
Ripon now extends that lead. Remember, they were down by 2 at the half here early on. They are on a 5-0 run.
6-0, actually.
Okay.
Or no, you're right, 5-0. Meinholz from the corner. It's long, but Cam Ford with the rebound. Now Ford driving to the basket, kicks it to Meinholz. Driving in. His pass was deflected. He had Galati open in the corner if that was a good pass.
I thought that was going up to the 8th row.
Galati turnaround, no good. He wanted the foul. There wasn't one.
It was just long on the back iron. He had it zeroed in. Still a 3-point game. Ripon on top.
Flynn with it, gives it to Thomas.
Good help.
Shot from the corner. That's Taylor, nylon.
He's the guy. He's the guy.
Kyle Taylor ties this game right back up at 43.
And, in fact, I can tell you that Taylor.
It's hilarious that the last game we did, this was the score at the end of regulation.
Yeah. Taylor is 33% from the floor.
Meinholz goes up with the right hand. He lost control of it in the air.
Got to stop the ball here.
Pass to the corner. That's Flynn.
Nice.
Nylon.
Back-to-back threes gives them the 3-point lead. Ripon can't afford these little miscues. Cost you deeply with the other team.
Takmar goes up, and he is hammered going to the rim. He'll go to the line to shoot 2. In other news, it stopped snowing outside.
For how long? Well, actually, I think it was supposed to go to roughly, for a town this size, it said around 6 p.m., give or take an hour either way. Yeah, it's probably pretty good forecasting for Ripon. Yeah, we got our share, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Yep. Had I got a snowblower, as Tackmeyer makes that first one, had I had a snowblower when I was in my 30s and 40s, I'd probably be a good inch and a half taller. Yeah.
Takmeyer made his first one to cut it to a 2-point deficit.
Patrick Cronin doing the job behind the camera. Jonathan Steffen, the engineer. And he doesn't even wear a train hat. He's just a different kind of engineer.
He's got a nice Milwaukee Bucks hat on today.
An LU grad. He's an LU grad, folks. We'll be having our differences a week from today as the Lawrence Larrys come into this gym.
Meinholz guarding Taylor.
What a women's
Taylor,
game.
a deep 3. No good. Cam Ford at the rebound. Oh, wow.
Yeah.
And Cam Thomas got
Ricochet.
unlucky there. He threw it off of Takmeyer. It hit Takmeyer's knee, ricocheted
boom,
right
boom.
back and hit him while he was out of bounds.
Ricochet Rabbit, great cartoon in the 60s. Here we go.
Dom Galati bringing it up for the Redhawks.
Chance to reclaim the lead, and this is the kind of game it's been. Close.
Takmeyer with it. Gives it to Williams. Goes up.
Go up. Go up.
He does go up. He's smothered. And Cam Ford comes down with the offensive rebound again.
Oh, wow.
I think Cam Ford just
wow.
got a double-double with that rebound.
Can we take advantage of
Okay,
this?
Takmeyer up. Oh, and it rolls out. And Colby Williams got grabbed.
Stop the ball. Stop the ball. Steal. Couldn't hang on to it.
And
Great
goes out of
job.
bounds.
Take away the fast break. Here we go.
A little bit of physicality being allowed here.
Yeah. I think he's got a little bit of a head bang there.
That's Declan Flynn
Yep.
grabbing at his face, saying that Williams hit him while he was going up for the rebound. Williams was trying to argue that he was being grabbed by Flynn. Now Zay Brown with it off the inbound. Quickly gets it over to Thomas on the left wing. 3 ball from Flynn. Well,
How did he do
it
that?
looks like his eyes
Well,
pretty
he
good
was
now.
walking around. He's walking around squinting, touching his head, and like he's going to need medical attention. I'm
Seth
telling you.
Blunders into the game now.
You can't believe anything these guys. Oh, there's a foul on the grab.
Oh, wow.
What
Meinholz pass from his knees, and Colby Williams with the finish with the left hand.
Meinholz got grabbed coming off of that screen. Should have been a foul, but I'm glad there wasn't because it gave us 2 points on that great pass from his knees.
Driving in is Taylor. Oh, and he got away with a little bit of acting there.
Probably Meinholz on the foul. Let's see.
Nope, Seth Blunders.
Okay. Just his second. Good game. I could do without the theater.
Yeah.
But other than that, it's a great game.
Great crowd
two
here at
teams
the
really
Weisky
going at it.
Gymnasium.
Yeah, who wants to be outside?
No
Unless
one.
you're in the igloo business. I want to be in here. Boy, I'm telling you, if somehow Ripon hangs on to this, if they turn this into a W today, That MVP will be Mr. Cameron Ford.
Oh, yeah.
But we got a long way to go before we can even consider that.
Just under 14 and a half remaining in this ball game as Taylor makes his second free throw.
Yeah, one of the bigger leads. I mean, a 4-point lead in this game so far has been not just close to about as big as the leads have been by either team.
The Redhawks had an 8-point lead at one point in
at
the
the
first
start,
half.
yeah, at the very
Jay
beginning.
Tackmeyer with the 2-pointer. Nylon.
He was allowed to create off the dribble, get his rhythm without being challenged. Went up, very comfortable looking shot by Tackmeyer.
Kyle Taylor with it. Now he's got an open lane. He kicks it to the corner. That's Huber, and Kobe
Now what?
Williams is going to get called for the foul on the loose ball.
Yep. Now, I wish he wouldn't hold his arms up like that. Like, you can't play the victim all season long every time they call you for a foul. Can't do it. It's not a good look. Refs don't, I'll guarantee you, refs don't like it.
No, they don't. And here he comes,
Whoa.
Cam Ford back into this ball game.
He didn't even have a half cup of coffee, Cameron Ford. I think he got to go over there and ask the guy, hey, what are my stats? And then they said, hey, you're back in.
Yeah. Taylor to inbound.
Went up and got
Wow,
that.
Zay
lob.
Brown goes up and gets that one, and he misses the layup. And Tackmeyer ends up with the rebound.
Wow, that was a volleyball at the net.
Seth Bunder's got the tip just as Zay Brown was about to grab it and go back up. Now Meinholtz with it. 2-point lead for the Monmouth Scots. Tackmeyer driving to the lane, gives it to Ford, goes up. Oh, my goodness.
What a find.
game for Cam Ford.
Well,
He's got 16 now.
Well, they can trust him because you go in the air with a ball and you're not shooting, you better hope Cameron Ford is going to be right there, and he was.
Jake Thompson there at the scorer's table waiting to check in. Now it's
Whoa,
Cam
what a
Thomas.
screen.
Oh, and Tackmeyer got hammered. And he
What
is
a-
on the ground in pain. And C.J. Brown fouls Marin going up, and Kay Tackmeyer is in pain.
It was a legitimate ball screen. You got to have your feelers out. The other thing, good coaching will tell you you got to be loud. You got to talk. You got to communicate. Someone's got to tell that guy, their teammate, hey, screen right, screen right. You're so locked in on the task at hand. He ran into a concrete wall.
And Tackmeyer is up and limping off, and Jake Thompson will come and check into this ball game for him.
Okay.
Hopefully we'll see him back at some point. That's a scoring threat the Redhawks need on the court right now.
Well, the thing is, especially now, I mean, if you're going to start to heat up in the second half, and now you lose that. So, but for Ripon, Jake Thompson has shown that he's capable.
He had a 3-pointer early off the bench.
Hasn't really, I think he's only shot twice probably. So
Max
breaks that
makes
tie.
his first free throw. And he makes the second one. 53-51, 13 minutes left to play in this ball game. Seth Bunder's bringing it up the floor, and he lost it. Oh, and C.J. Brown saved it before it went out of bounds, and he calls a timeout.
Okay. You're gonna probably wish you had that timeout down the stretch, but you had to value the possession and get the timeout to maintain that possession. It's just one of those games you can't be doing that. So it was the right call. So once again, the standings. Monmouth with only 2 losses in first place. Grinnell with 4 losses in second place. Illinois College and Ripon with 5 losses each, but Illinois College played the extra game, so they're 9-5 to Ripon's 8-5 coming into this afternoon. Cornell trailing Ripon with 7-6 record, just 1 game behind them. Lake Forest also 7-6. Lake Forest is a team that could upset the men's Illinois College team today at Lake Forest. That one, and then Cornell at Lawrence is the other game I'll be keeping my my interest on. And you'll want to get if you're Lake Forest or if you're Cornell, you want to get heartburn, just look later today and see if Ripon was fortunate enough to upset number 1 Monmouth, because that'll do it. But that's just conversation by us up here in the booth. Got just under 13 minutes to
CJ
play.
Brown to inbound for the Redhawks.
Ripon down by 2.
Gets it into Bunders, who will go to work as the floor general here. Gives it to the offensive scoring leader, Cam Ford. Meinholz drives in, turnaround, nylon.
God,
what
I
a
love
shot
that
from
Well,
Meinholz.
and it's undefensible, right? I mean, Zay Brown was with him all the way. But when you do that spin move and shoot the fade, you can't defend that.
Cam Thomas gives it to Mering, guarded by Ford. Trying to enter it down to Brown. They do now. Now he's trying to ask the ref for help. And an offensive foul on Zay Brown.
Way to get into him. What happened was Meinholz has gotten into him. If you saw that possession, Brown, the freshman, turned to the ref on the baseline
He's
and
like
said,
trying
hey.
to say
He's
something.
He's saying, hey, he's fouling me, ref. He's holding me. Ref wouldn't have any part of it. You're allowed one forearm or one hand, not both. He didn't do it. And then so when he didn't get the preferential treatment from the official, he just got emotionally involved and mowed over him, and that's only his first foul.
Meinholz goes to the rack and lays it in with the left hand. Luke Meinholz.
The senior showing the freshman player of the year that he's in Doc Weisky Memorial Gymnasium. Bring your best all the time. C.J. Brown locking horns there with
Shot.
Thomas.
Zay Brown with the tip in. It rolls out. Foul on the ground. It's going to go on Meinholz.
Yeah, his arm was up in there. When you got the rebound, his arm was between Brown and the ball, so they had to call it.
Brennan,
sure.
And here comes Cade Tackmeyer again. He's going to check in for Meinholz. Well, I don't understand that one.
Well, Meinholz has 2 fouls, so give him a breast. He hasn't sat, if that's what you're questioning, who he's coming in for.
And in comes Colby Williams for Jake Thompson.
Okay, so now your backcourt will be C.J. Brown and Bunders. With on the wing, it'll be Tackmeyer, and then Ford and Williams doing the dirty work.
McNally with it. Now it's Brown.
Okay, he's going to want to go ball screen, pick and roll. They couldn't do that.
McNally.
Good defense.
That Mering's going to let one fly, and he hits it.
Yeah.
Max Mering, the 6'7" junior.
The 3-ball is the thing. That's been the best weapon for Monmouth today, and they have made their share of threes. Gives them the 1-point lead after that made 3.
Colby Williams
That's
going.
not. Yeah, you don't want Kobe out there with the ball beyond the 3-point line.
C.J. Brown gets it down to Williams.
Double.
Got to watch out for the double.
See, you have to anticipate the double. And the idea that you're surprised that the man didn't fall off of Tackmeyer and come down and double, you have to anticipate that.
Yeah.
And then you kick it back out to Tackmeyer for an open 3. It's pretty simple if you can execute it. Let's see if does Monmouth capitalize off the mistake by Ripon.
Taylor with
Wide
the Mering
open.
again. Misses that time. What is Williams doing?
He didn't grab the ball. Mistake.
And he blocks the shot. Colby Williams makes up for it.
He atoned for it in a big way with a block.
Galati and Meinholz at the scorer's table now.
All right.
Over to Brown.
Lots of time. 20 seconds on the shot clock.
Gets it down into Williams, who lost control of the ball again.
That's just...
Williams has to hold on to the ball.
That's a tough pill to swallow there.
Now Zay Brown drives in against Cam Ford and lays it in. 3-point lead with just under 10 left to play.
Wow. So Monmouth doing a great job of capitalizing on back-to-back mistakes by Ripon. We're going to get a timeout.
By Finko.
And Finko's going to get a better combination of 5 out there. Woo! Down by 3 now. Those back-to-back threes by Ripon almost had back-to-back-to-back threes. Man, they're getting good looks. They
Yeah.
do such a great job once again in their offense of getting the Ripon defense to overshift and then one skip pass, and then they're finding a wide open 3 look all day long, all game long. At halftime, when you look at the 3-point shooting for Monmouth, they were 4 of 9 on 3 balls, and I can tell you right now they're on track in the second half along the same kind of statistic.
58-55 Monmouth leads, 9:51 left to play in this ball game.
That's been the
Mine-Holtz to
weapon.
Inbound.
That's been the weapon, the 3 ball by Monmouth,
Yep.
and not turning it over. That's what they do so well.
Down low to Tackmeyer, who's got it now. Mine-Holtz, or Tackmeyer with the lefty hook.
He knew what he wanted.
I didn't know he had that in his bag.
No, I didn't either.
Good shot by
Beautiful
Cade
shot.
Tackmeyer.
Beautiful shot.
Here's Mine-Holtz with it, or Mine-Holtz guarding Brown, I should say. Now he's got Williams on Brown.
Close out. Get on him. Get on him.
Ooh. They lost it, and Mine-Holtz ends up with it.
He dropped a dime for him to pick up to Brown, and it just didn't work out.
Thompson, ooh, he thought about the 3.
He was close to out of bounds holding that ball. He didn't even know it. Ripon can't afford any more of these half-court mistakes.
Galati gets it. Thompson from downtown.
Ooh. Had a good look.
Yep.
That's what you want. Yeah.
There was no
good
travel?
no call. Good no call.
I thought there could have been a travel there.
I was worried about Mine-Holtz picking up a foul.
Now Galati with it.
Down 3,
You
Ripon
can
with
see
the ball.
Thompson working to move to get open. Galati enters it down low to Tackmeyer. 12 seconds left on the shot clock. Tackmeyer, go to work. Step back.
No.
Ooh, almost banked it in.
They need to hold him here, Ripon.
Yep. This is a
2-possession
crucial
game,
deep-
coming down on 8 minutes remaining, down
No, this is
3.
a 1-possession game.
No, I mean they don't want to fall down by 2
yeah.
possession.
Okay.
That's a 4th foul. Here's the problem. He uses his hands and he extends his arms, Williams. They'll let you play defense with your legs, but they're not going to let you reach. You have to adapt your game to the way it's being called.
And Cam Ford and C.J. Brown check in for Williams and Thompson.
They got to circle the wagons, Ripon. They got to get a stop and a good look. This is a formidable 5 for Ripon right
Kyle
here.
Taylor.
Backdoor.
Backdoor cut, and Mine-Holtz knocked it away.
Stole it.
And Taylor, and Declan Flynn with some good acting.
Yeah, he's doing the face thing again.
Kick out, Mine-Holtz driving in. Turn around. Nylon! Wow,
Boy, is
that
he
is
automatic
a
on that.
beautiful move for Luke Mine-Holtz.
That's instant replay. How many times have we seen that today alone? Down 1, 7 minutes, 20 seconds remaining. Remember, this game, I believe, went to overtime earlier in the year in their house down in Monmouth, Illinois.
One of the better scorers I ever played with. And there's a
It was a no
turnover.
look. It was a no look intended for McNally, and he missed it.
Oh!
C.J. Brown didn't put the brakes on. Here we go.
And we were talking about Mine-Holtz with his turnaround spin jumper. One of the best scorers I ever played with, Ty McGreevy, benefited from that move at least 5 times a game, it seemed like. So I know firsthand how deadly of a move it is.
Declan Flynn. I like that, though. I like, it's one thing, you're talking, and I don't know if you're going to, he's complaining, and refs don't like that.
Well, he got the ball stripped out of him from behind. I don't know how he got hit in the face. So
Very entertaining game for me. Alumni game was played earlier today. Years ago, I used to stick around, and I'm just too busy moving snow today.
Yes.
Plus, they play those things early, like around 9:30 or something. I think the women play first. Coach Buzalaki up in her office, back going at it again. Got a usually,
no rest.
I always get to visit multiple times during the year, and what's going on and how are things going. What is your recruiting efforts look like? And haven't done that this year. I gotta get over to the office and find out what's going on. Here we go. I do know that her Halovitz's younger sister Callie's going to come to Ripon, and she's a gamer. She's a player, as is Hallie.
Zay Brown with it, guarded by Meinholz. Pass over to Kyle Taylor. Good battle going on down low between Meinholz and
beautiful
Taylor
finish
with the finish.
Taylor's a player.
Yep.
The whole game.
Bringing it up.
Yeah, you leave him open on the three, he'll kill you.
6:30 left in the second half of this ball game.
You saw how strong Taylor was there on that drive along the baseline with two defenders.
Meinholz tried driving baseline. Lost control. Tackmeyer gives it right back to Meinholz.
Let him operate. Lost it. Good strength by Brown. Once again, Ripon. Does Monmouth capitalize on the mistake?
Taylor guarded by Brown. Now he gives it to Cam Thomas. Over to Declan Flint.
We're below 6 minutes now, and you get a 6-7 point lead.
Zay Brown guarded by Meinholz. Steps through.
Block by Cameron.
They gave him a foul.
Cameron Ford with a block, and they're going to call it a foul. He did block the ball, and they're saying he got too much of the body on that.
He got his shoulder.
So he's going to shoot two. In the first half, Zay Brown was 2 for 2 on the season. Zay Brown is just a 63% free throw shooter.
And there it is. Now he's 66% on the night.
This would give him a 4-point lead. Deliver on this one. He's got those bright orange shoes with fluorescent green shoelaces.
And he makes the second one.
Those are designed to blind the defensive opponent.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Williams back into the game. 4 points, 4 fouls for Swim. So he's got to be careful here with 5:47 left.
Also coming in for Ripon is Jake Thompson again.
Jake Thompson again. He's that 3-ball threat off the bench.
Got to have a good look here.
Tackmeyer drives baseline. And he's fouled going up for the shot. He got Taylor airborne.
That's key.
He got McNally airborne, I should say. And he waited until he was coming down and then jumped into him. Perfect textbook move to draw the foul.
So Cameron Ford with 3 fouls under about 5.5 minutes remaining. Meinholz is going to rest up for the final stretch.
Tackmeyer hits his first to cut it back to a 3-point lead for the Monmouth Scots. And he makes the second. 63-61, Monmouth leads with 5.5 left to play.
So here we are. You had a close game the entire way, so as the clock now starts to come into play with approaching 5 minutes.
Taylor.
Everything, whether it's good or bad, becomes more magnified.
Yep.
Closeout, got beat.
And he got a strip. And he somehow ends up with it.
No.
Shot misses.
What a play by Brown.
And Zay Brown was just unboxed.
He saw that it was going to be short and sliced in there to catch it like an entry pass, actually.
No one was boxing out Zay Brown.
There's the foul on
Taylor
Taylor.
Fouls Galati.
Yeah. Well, you're not gonna. He was out. He was out like, I don't know, 10 feet. Man, these guys talk about playing above the rim.
Yeah.
Meinholz caught his wind. He's back out now for Thompson.
4:53 left. Redhawks down by 4. Galati's going to let one fly. Nope.
We have that line. We can see it from here. It wasn't straight to the rim. Blow by Taylor.
Oh, what a block by Cam Ford. And
Ouch.
Declan Flynn hits the 3.
Yeah, I don't want to see Declan Flynn with another injured.
Your eye's fine, dude. Chill.
Same with our guy, though, with Tackmeyer.
So the biggest lead of the half for the Scots.
That's huge.
Is now with 4 minutes and 26 seconds left to play.
7-point lead.
68-61.
7-point lead is huge. Absolutely huge. What was really fun to watch for all the basketball fans was in the middle of this second half, they have set the table for a one-on-one with Meinholz versus the super sensational freshman Brown. And to watch those two go at it has been fun.
Yeah.
So Galati had those three-point shooting heroics in the last game down the stretch. Just took a 3 here. He hit the first 3 of the game, actually, and then hit his next mid-range jumper. Go 2 for 2 to start the game. On this 3 ball here, he missed wide left. So this is interesting to me. Trailing by 7 with less than 4.5 minutes. What is Coach Finko? What's his strategy in the half-court offense? What does he want to do? Does he want to try to set the table for somebody? Or is he just going to keep it more of a macro sense, just a larger sense? This is how we're going to run our half-court offense. Well, his point guard, Galati, will do the inbounding. Ford, Williams, Tackmeyer, Meinholz for the Redhawks.
Galati to inbound here. He gets it into Meinholz. Gives it to Slim, who gives it right back to Luke. Oh, the reverse almost got it. Colby Williams goes up, and he is fouled going back up with it. So now Colby Williams will go to the line, and let's hope he brought his free throw shoes with him today.
That was a great move. Brennan McNally blew a tire on when he ran around hard left, Meinholz, and he went to the rim, had to shoot the reverse, just came up short. And like you said, Williams was there to save the day and now go to the free throw line. And
he makes his first.
And his free throw shooting, I've been saying this down the stretch of this season, has been so vastly improved. And in fact, it looks like he's on top of his game when he's at that 15-foot line.
2 for 2. There we go.
Like breathing air.
Cuts the lead to 5. 4:15 left to play.
A stop and a score, and we're right back.
Seems like we're going wire to wire here at the Weisky.
Yeah, stop and a score, and we're right back at it. This is not like the women's game, folks. That was a 50-point shellacking Ripon put on to the Monmouth ladies.
Kyle
Scots.
Taylor with it. Gets it over to Cam Thomas. And
steal.
Stolen away by Ford.
What?
Oh!
What? You got to be kidding me.
That was all ball. Cam Ford had it stripped away, and they call a reach-in foul on him. And that's his fourth foul of the game.
I'd like to know at what point was he calling a foul? Because initially he had the clean strip, and then it was on the ground. He's going to pick it up. The defender is behind him, and they called the foul on Ford. That's my first
and the ball doesn't lie, and there's Cam Ford with the rebound.
That's poetic justice.
Yeah.
But the hard part is that's the fourth foul, like you said. In a game like this with a guy that's playing like that for the Redhawks, that's a huge call by the official. I think he missed the play.
Tackmeyer drives in. Trying to make the extra pass. There's Cam Ford with another rebound.
And that'll go to the Redhawks.
It'll stay with the Redhawks. I'm telling you, Cam Ford might end up with 16 points and 16 boards by the end of this one.
And that's fine, but let's win the game.
Yeah.
And then we'll give them that if it's done snowing still, it appears you're right on that.
Yeah.
Then we'll give them the parade downtown past Knuth's.
Yeah.
Right?
Maybe give him a beer, too.
Yeah, I'm going to give you a ride. My wife's going to give you the ride back up by the dorms instead of walking in this stuff.
Thank
you. Yeah. The invoice will be coming later.
My Uber driver over here.
Wow. 5-point game.
Marty, I'm telling you, that was that might have been the most animated I've ever heard you get on the mic there.
I know, because my eyes told me what I saw, and I didn't understand. Well, did you see Coach Finko?
Yeah.
A coach that does not. I mean, I can't think of another coach that's more calm than him in the entire conference. He keeps his arms crossed, standing, and there's calls that you don't like, and he doesn't. That's the first time I've seen him get animated like that. Like, you got to be kidding me. What were you thinking? But anyway, that's part of the game. Okay. I'm the first to admit that. That's part of the game, and that's how it goes. Ripon's going to keep possession, like we said, underneath on that tie-up. It's really critical now with 3.5 minutes, trailing by 5, a 2-possession game with a team that just finds a way to score, it seems, almost all the time.
Meinholz to inbound. My guess is they're going to give the little give and go to Williams.
Got to get a good look here.
Gets it to Tackmeyer. He's going to launch one. Nylon!
Right.
Katie Tackmeyer from downtown.
That was a facial into Cameron Thomas. He said, "What? You're going to let me shoot this?" Wow.
Let me stand up for the last 3 minutes of this one.
Yeah, 3:15 and counting. It's a 2-point deficit for the Redhawks. Monmouth with the ball.
Declan Flynn guarded by Ford. Ford's got to be careful. He's got 4. That's Taylor from downtown, and he answers right back.
What a player this guy has been the whole game.
You got to get a man on Taylor.
He popped out off the screen. Beautiful. Stay within yourself here if you're Ripon.
Tackmeyer driving. Galati, the corner. Ooh.
Had a good look. That's all you want. You want the points, right?
Yep.
But you got what you asked for, and it was a great look. And
5-point lead for Monmouth.
I can't think of anybody else I'd rather have shooting that pill from that corner than Galati.
Oh!
They're going to get Meinholz on the foul. Same ref that made that other call, Cameron Ford, they're going to say he was on the arm. Meinholz, it's a bonus also. And this guy's not going to miss, I'll tell you that right now.
That's
Kyle Taylor, the
second
junior,
foul.
out of Moline, Illinois. Is that down by the Quad Cities? I think one of the Quad Cities.
I believe so.
Ouch.
Kyle Taylor.
Stops the clock. I told you this guy's not going to miss. You just look at him, the way he's played, the way he carries himself.
2:26 left.
If Ripon does not win this game, then they're going to really have to win at Lake Forest on Wednesday and then hold serve at home against Lawrence, I think, to have a solid opportunity at getting into that 4th spot.
Tackmeyer almost lost it. He's going to shoot the mid-range. Misses. Cam Ford. Who else? Fouled, and he'll go to the line. Who else but Cam Ford on the offensive glass?
I'm going to hold up a banner for Ripon in his favor. He's got to play the minutes he's gotten today. This
is a career game for Cam Ford.
I don't know if it's. I've said all along. Forget the scoring even. What he did on that offensive rebound.
And he makes the first one.
His defense, his help defense. He's gotten tips, steals, his rebounding, and then the scoring is all the extra in the great part of it. But he's so steady, and he doesn't get in foul trouble typically.
And there was a lane violation, but he made the free throw nonetheless. 68 points for the Redhawks, 73 points for the Scots. 5-point game with 2 minutes remaining. Get up on Taylor. I don't like you leaving him open from even there. Zay Brown with it, guarded by Tackmeyer.
Yeah.
Declan Flynn, guarded by Ford. Oh,
he bailed out of the shot and got the rebound.
Oh, my goodness.
You got to be kidding me.
You got to start playing.
You got to be kidding me. What fortuitous bounces for Monmouth. My goodness.
Slim, stay down. Oh, and he gets beat on the reverse baseline.
That might have been it, unless Ripon can get
No,
real hot
it
real
ain't
quick.
it yet.
Well, they got to get hot here.
And
They got to
Tagmar's
deliver.
being grabbed by Thomas.
Block.
Blocky grabs his own miss and goes right back up with it.
So-
5-point game with a minute and change.
Yeah, now you're below a minute here, and by the time
You
he
got to
gets the
start
ball,
full
the
court
timeline.
pressing at some point
Well,
here.
Well, you just got to pick him up is all. You can't foul. Down to 10 seconds here.
Goes up, misses. Ripon with the board. It's Galati.
They don't have a lot of time here, 35
You got to
seconds.
get going. You got to do something. Tackmeyer. Galati from the corner. Nylon.
Knocks it down.
Down Galati. It's a 2-point game. 25 seconds left. And Meinholz with the foul. Dom Galati with another clutch shot to cut the lead to 2. 75-73, and now Taylor to the line.
That's the problem. You got Taylor at the line.
You know what? I have faith. He'll miss one of these.
Oh, I don't know, but he hasn't cracked yet.
Makes the first.
Monmouth doing the right thing, keeping the ball in Taylor's hands, realizing Ripon has to stop the clock, and to do that, they got to foul him.
He misses the second.
Chance
What'd
to
I tell
tie.
you?
Well, you got to tie it now.
Now it's Meinholz. Calls the timeout. 20
So-
seconds left on the dot.
Look for them.
Do the Redhawks have another magic moment in them?
Look for them to run their perimeter handoff and then
Yep.
try to set the table with Galati slicing through the lane and try to set up on the other side and find him for an open three. Galati's the guy I'm going to go to. See if he can do the instant replay of the Cornell game of the heroics and the 3 balls down the stretch to send the game into overtime and eventually to win it. So how ironic that it was at Monmouth where they earlier in the year lost to Monmouth in overtime. In fact, Monmouth put it into another gear in overtime and won in double digits over the Redhawks.
So, 20 seconds left for all the marbles here in Weisky Gymnasium.
Great
Dom
game.
Galati with the corner 3 to cut the lead to 2. Then they fouled Kyle Taylor, and he made my prediction come true. Missed the second free throw to make it a 3-point game. Inbound to Williams. Gets it back to Tackmeyer.
They're running that perimeter.
Yep. 15 seconds left. 12. 10. Tackmeyer gives it over to Colby Williams.
Got to get it to a
Colby
guard.
Williams, give it to
Gotta
a guard,
get
and
it
he
to
lost
a
the
guard.
ball.
You had to get it to a guard. You do not want your big dribbling the ball beyond the 3-point line. You did not want that. That'll pretty much do it.
And my question is, why does the ball go to Williams in the first place? He hasn't
Well,
had
that's
the sure hand all night.
Well, that's what I said. If you're going to have him out there, he's got to be down low. You can't have your big beyond the 3-point line with the ball facing
He's
the
got
basket.
Brennan McNally at the line.
You're not a 3-point shooter.
McNally might have just put the nail in the coffin.
That'll do it. So good effort by Ripon today. Great shooting by Monmouth down the stretch. I mean, they just shot 3 ball all afternoon very well as a percentage. Very deliberate, very controlled team, Monmouth Fighting Scots.
And he makes the second.
That'll do it.
So the Monmouth Fighting Scots are going to remain in first place here in the Midwest Conference, and the Ripon College Redhawks are going to walk out here heartbroken. And what a shame for Cam Ford that his career game ends up being in a loss, especially in a loss where they had multiple opportunities to take the lead and be in the lead right here.
So Monmouth will be they're going to be at home, Monmouth, their last 2 games. So that's going to be tough for the men to fall out. So all the more reason. We mentioned it earlier. Ripon's going to have to win at Lake Forest, win at home to wrap it up a week from today against their arch rival, the Vikings of LU. And then we'll see what Cornell does. They had to play at a tough place to win at on the road at Lawrence today. And they have to play Monmouth then. Cornell has to go into Monmouth. So a lot to feel good about by Ripon. Spirited effort by the Redhawks today. Coach Finko's crew played a very good team very well today. Just couldn't get it done at the end.
And Meinholz puts one up at the end. It's no good. It wouldn't have mattered even if it was. And the Monmouth Fighting Scots are going to enjoy their bus ride back. At least one half of their bus is.
Yep.
So the Redhawks walk out of here after the doubleheader in the Doc Weisky Gymnasium 1-1. The women with a 50-point win and the men with a heartbreaking 5-point loss. But sometimes that's sports. For Crete Slattery and Martin Ernster, we'll see you next time on the Ripon Channel a week from today against Lawrence.
By all means, have a good weekend and a safe trip home. Fans